Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew.
What is up? What is up, guys? Happy
Gravy Day.
Friggin' Gravy Day. It's Alex, Pat, and Bobby, and it's I guess the big game edition of Pass the Gravy. I think I'd say Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl.
I mean,
because it's not brought to you by anything.
Yeah, if Bert Kreischer got away with it, I'm pretty sure we fucking can.
We don't get any free ads out. I'm just kidding. I like Bert Kreischer. He's cool.
I didn't say which one. He's got 19 podcasts.
That is true.
I didn't say which one it was from.
Bert Kreischer is phenomenal. So
Brent
burned Christmas. I don't know. Nobody else gets that. But yeah, what's going on, guys? It's episode 393, and we're gonna talk Super Bowl. Obviously, I have a story about someone bending the knee. We're gonna get into that, and then our king Lil Nas X back in the news again, and we got lots of other stuff. We're gonna answer your questions. We're gonna tell you what's not cool. But let's get into the pre-cum segment that we have before the comeback segment. This is just some opening thoughts to get things going. First off, I saw this, and this kind of was like a whoa moment for me. That Nestle Crunch bars are really just beans and rice. If you think about it.
I mean, like, fuck you, but yeah.
Like, yeah.
Because it's cocoa beans, but
still, like, that's just like, if we had to pick a favorite kind of beans and rice, I think a Crunch bar probably over regular beans and rice.
I mean,
that's just my opinion, but
okay, colonizer. No, I'm gonna go ahead and take beans and rice. Beans and rice is delicious.
I'm not saying beans and rice isn't delicious, but I'm just saying a Crunch bar is probably the best, most enjoyable way to have beans and rice. What do you think, Robert?
I still really
what would you prefer?
Crunch bar.
I would say I would go beans and rice over Crunch bar. Just I'm not too into chocolate.
Oh yeah, you're right. You don't like anything that tastes good.
Robert doesn't like things that are universally loved.
Robert's
a hipster without a fedora.
I just don't need a lot of candy, and like chocolate is kind of sort of candy to me.
Well, I mean,
you know what Robert's ideal like dinner is? That he sometimes like when he's just by himself at home. He's had a nice day at work. He's just like, you know what? I just want to make my favorite meal. He goes to the kitchen. He grabs the bread. He pulls out a nice slice of bread, warms it up in the microwave for 30 seconds, and then just goes to town on a nice warm piece of bread. That's that, and then washes it down with a cold glass of milk. Only if he's feeling frisky. Usually it's some water. He's got his water bottle with him at all times. But when he's feeling frisky, it's a warm glass of milk. Maybe just for dinner. He doesn't want to get too crazy.
You know what I do have pretty often is Ritz with peanut butter and bananas and chocolate oat milk. That's something I usually have like.
You just said you don't like chocolate.
Yeah, I like chocolate oat milk. That's I didn't say like I like will never eat chocolate or have chocolate.
He just doesn't go out of his way, I guess, for chocolate.
I want a documentary film crew to follow Robert for like a month, but like recut it so his life is the most dramatic thing ever. Oh no, I'm out of bananas. Dun dun dun.
Now I have to go to the store.
You know what I actually used to do for breakfast before like going to school was I would take bread and throw butter on it and then just cinnamon the fucking bread. Maybe if I was feeling squirrely.
Toast. That's like toast, basically.
But I didn't. No, I mean,
it's raw toast. We've already gone over raw toast. It's just.
I would never toast the bread. It was either plain or maybe you would go in the microwave with the butter just to melt it for a second. But every so often, like 2 pieces. You know how you could get those like big pre-cooked bacons?
Yes.
I'd like heat up 2 and throw that in the middle and like bam out the door. That was breakfast. Very nutritious for a growing boy.
Yeah.
But actually, at that point, I was basically already like fully grown.
I was about to say you were in like high school, so
yeah, I've just been growing sideways since then. I think at this point I was sophomore year, so I was probably already the height that I am now. That's depressing when like you're like tall growing up your whole life,
It's like
and then like you hit high school, and then everyone just keeps going past you, and you're like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, like an early growth spurt. But then you also have those guys like there's like some NBA players that don't hit their growth spurt until they're like a junior in high school. It's like, oh, and then just one summer I came back and I was 6 inches taller. You're like, how? How does that happen?
I peaked in fucking elementary school, man. This is bullshit.
I feel like I've been the same height since I was like in 4th grade.
I used to play center.
Not, but you Pat playing center, and then it's like, yeah, that doesn't work anymore, does it?
It was actually, I mean, it was when you're young, so it's just because I was tall. Because I also played point guard on the same team.
It's very versatile.
It made no sense. Like I was
LeBron
basically
James before LeBron James.
I was gonna say Magic Johnson in the finals when he was a rookie, but okay, you know,
minus the AIDS.
He didn't have AIDS then.
You're right.
He didn't have AIDS then.
You're right.
Yeah.
So yeah, early Magic Johnson, not Irvin. Early Magic Johnson. But yeah, that's our pre-cum segment, I guess.
I got one this week.
Well,
you finish up. You finish up.
I had some. I had some sad news that I felt like I had to bring in today. I tweeted it out earlier, and thank you to everybody that sent me T's and P's. But living room bed was a big talking point last week, and sadly, on Monday, living room bed was gone, and it was just.
Some might say that's good news.
No, most people would not.
Hashtag hater.
Hashtag
Robert's
hater.
a hater.
Yeah, don't hate. But living room bed was gone on Monday. But I had some breaking news this afternoon. Is I was given permission to bring it back out, so that's good. And living room bed is back. It's up right now. Wheezy's chilling on it, and it's fantastic. I just got a little extra pep in my step now. So like I was like, fucking right before the podcast, yes.
So
it's wonderful.
Here's what I just learned from that. You said that I was given permission. You just leaked that Emma killed the fun and made you get rid of the living room bed.
No, she brought up some valid points.
Oh,
brought up valid points.
But if it was up to you, the living room bed would have never left. So Emma killed the fun and she got rid of the living room bed.
Right. I mean, she wasn't rude about it. She just brought up some points like, hey, there are people from the apartment complex coming up here to look at stuff here. Do you think it'll look kind of sus if there's just a bed in the middle of the living room? And I was like, yeah,
they have nothing to prove. They can't prove anything.
But like, I don't want to make it seem like anything else is sketchy that's going on. So it was like, yeah, I guess you should take down.
You could just be like, she kicks me out of the room quite often.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I'm not that guy.
Sleep on the couch.
just be that couple that's like, oh, by the way, we air out our drama to strangers. So, but you should see our Facebooks.
No, it's actually, while I fully support the living room bed and I think you should keep it, it's good because like, if not for Emma or basically just girls in general, we would live like we were 14 at all times.
No, yeah, like that's why I was like, she's cool. Like Emma's cool as shit. She puts up with a bunch of stuff. It was like my whole struggle, as anybody that listens to the podcast would know, is like I am like a 14-year-old in a 31-year-old's body. And so it's like, yeah, I want to build forts and do stupid things like that. And Emma has to sometimes step in, but hey, that does sound fun. You're right.
We have bills to do today.
Maybe we don't do that. You know,
like it's not women's job to like take care of us, but we need them to take care of us.
Right. And that's why it's like,
or at least rein in the fucking energy.
Yeah. And Emma's like the exact, she's not at all. She's the first thing in the world from like oh, you're not allowed to do that. Like if I'm like, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my brother, I'm going to go out and go drink. And she's like, okay, cool. Like if she doesn't feel like going, she doesn't go, but she's not like, well, you better be back. Like she's not at all like that. So like, her being like, yeah, maybe we do. I was like, yeah, okay, you don't ask for a lot. That makes sense. I'm not going to pick a battle with that.
Compromise.
To pick battles with it. Right. And that's me. That's what we call growth, guys. That's Alex
as much as
learning some stuff. I'm an adult now.
As much as I love the idea of the living room bed, that is not the battle that you want to pick to be like, this is the one. No. This is where I stand my ground.
What caused you guys to break up? Well, she wouldn't let me just sleep out on the living room in the middle of the day, or lay in.
Wanted an air mattress by my TV, so I could just get fatter and not even do sit-ups when I stand up.
So sue me. Yeah, it seems like she had a point there.
That'd be the best.
I'm on her side.
If your friend came to you and was like, "Dude, me and my girlfriend broke up, and this is why," I'd be like, I choose her. Like, can I still be friends with her? I don't want you to win me in the divorce. She's the
but
smart
also
one.
like invite me over and we can hang out on the living room bed.
Yeah.
Like obviously you got a living room bed now. Like I would assume if she, I don't know. I mean, I'm taking living room bed if she were to kick me out over it, but I'm not gonna let that happen
because it'll be your only bed.
Right. Right. And then like if it was the only bed I had, then it wouldn't be as cool. Like that's the beauty of the living room bed. It's like, ooh, this isn't even supposed to be here, and it is.
I just realized living room bed seems like the ultimate divorced dad territory.
It does, but like it does.
But when you're not divorced dad, you are neither divorced nor a dad, so it's cool.
Right. It's neat. Until I get one of those other things, and then it becomes sad.
It's innovation.
Then we may have to go Robert's idea with just let's get a futon. Because futon still is like a divorced dad move anyways.
I still say the Murphy bed because you can hide it in what looks like just like a big cabinet or something.
Again,
like,
there's a lot of
nice
like construction
bed
that goes into a Murphy bed.
Oh yeah. So I want to own one day. I never will because it's a pain in the ass and I'm too cheap to pay someone to put it in. But I want one.
And you would like move a chair there one time. Like, there's already a chair there. I'm not gonna fucking pull it down.
Like, I gotta like move it and then pull down. Like, come on.
Like, did you ever have bunk beds?
Like
I had bunk beds with my brother growing up, and I remember when we moved, and when we moved into a house where we each got our own room. Like I had the bunk beds. I just had the 2 bunk beds on mine, and my brother got like a twin bed, and. So like I was like, dude, I'm gonna still sleep on a top bunk all the time. Top bunk's the cool bunk. But then you're just like, I don't want to crawl all the way up there. And it's like I was young and it wasn't even like that's not a hard thing to do. Is just go up a little mini ladder. Like then you're up on the top bunk. And it was just like, yeah, nobody sleeps on the top bunk all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
bunk's bigger too.
I didn't, but my best friend who I spent like as much time with him as I did my family, he had one. So I'm gonna say yes, I had bunk beds.
I mean, so you get it. You get it. And bunk beds are tight. But
that's also when I was young enough to where I was like, yes, I'm taking the top bunk. I mean, of course I have to because he slept on the bottom, but top bunk is rad.
Top bunk is a cool bunk for sure. For sure. Robert, no experience whatsoever with bunk beds, huh?
Yeah, I had bunk beds.
Are you a big top bunk guy?
I preferred the bottom bunk.
Robert's definitely a bottom.
It was so much easier.
You're a total bottom, Robert.
Definitely. I'm a bottom. It's just so much easier to be on the bottom.
Well, Pat, what did you bring to the Comeback Kids segment?
All right. So I had a thought the other day, and I need you guys' opinion. Is my brain broken or am I just a bad person? So
bad person. I'm going to go with that.
I'm kind of leaning that way too on this. My boss texted me the other day and he goes, my girlfriend from high school died the other day. She was killed when a snowplow went by her and clipped her. And the first thought that popped into my head was the line from Happy Gilmore, shouldn't have been standing there. And I immediately started laughing, but my brain also goes, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know. Am I a bad person or is my brain just completely broken? This woman is dead.
See, like, it's like, yeah, that's a bad person move, but I don't think you're a bad person because you said that, because you have those tendencies where it's like, there's a lot of times you just gotta be like, that's an inside thought.
Also, no, I told him that was the first thing that I thought. I didn't say shouldn't have been standing there, but then I explained. I was like,
so then you're clear.
Is it weird that this is the first thing I thought? And he goes, yeah, you're a bad person.
Well, then you're clear, dude.
Okay. But also and part of it is we say that all the time in my group chat, and it's just, it's broken my brain. But also it's true. She should, if she was not standing there, she'd be alive today.
Mm-hmm. That is, it's pretty funny.
Robert, what do you think? Bad person or brain broken?
I think I'm going to go ahead and say both.
Yeah, real smooth. That's a real smooth brain move.
Oh, I can't disagree with any point made there.
Okay. Well, okay, there's one last thing, and then we'll move on to the comeback kid segment. I just saw this we kind of talked about it last week where it was like CDC the CDC guidelines for the Super Bowl parties, like what you need to do if you're going to a Super Bowl party in ordinance with the CDC. And we kind of talked about how like you were saying like Fauci was like, well, maybe we put on 2 masks or 3 masks or 4 masks. It's like, yeah, like, dude, obviously like that stuff's going to make it like harder to catch it. Right. And so like all of the stuff is like, if you're at a party, make sure you wash your hands often. Try and stay 6. It's like, yeah, dude, you've told us this for a year now. It's the same. Like, I get like you got to be repetitive, but like, I just thought maybe we give you some more CDC possible, like, or PTG guidelines as opposed to CDC guidelines. So these are ways to stay safe at a Super Bowl party. Just me spitballing. Try to avoid open flames. Like, don't stand near an open flame. Because it might catch your clothing on fire and burn.
Oh, that is good.
If it's storming outside and you happen to be at one of those parties where they have like, say you're socially distancing, so they got it on a big, projector screen, and you're watching it somewhere outdoors, try not to hold a golf club, because if it starts getting stormy, then you may get struck by lightning. You'd be prone to being struck by lightning.
Even if you guys are socially distanced 6 feet apart indoors, don't randomly spray pepper spray into the room, because that'll make people cough, and you don't want a lot of coughing right now.
That's a good idea too. Try not to just pour pepper in your nose, because that may make you sneeze, and then your droplets, that could transmit the virus.
I mean, I cooked some hot Italian sausage for lunch earlier, and I basically pepper sprayed myself in the kitchen because I did not realize how spicy it was going to be. I had to open the back door.
Spicy Italian sausage.
Damn you, Johnsonville. What else we got?
If you and your friends are gathered together watching the game on one of your phones in the middle of the street, don't do that. Maybe move to the side of the street, because you'd be prone to getting run over by a car.
If you see a snowplow coming down the street, maybe get onto the sidewalk.
Good advice. If you're watching it in a game, or watching the game in an area that's prone to landslides, try to not watch it there. Ooh, if you're watching a game at a volcano, make sure it's not an active volcano. It's in, lava.
Ooh, that is a damn fine tip, sir.
I feel like, and obviously if you're watching underwater, watch out for sharks, because let's just say I don't want to run into any sharks while I'm watching the Super Bowl, But that's what I got so far, and West Ham is up 2-0. So dick, Aston Villa, and
Liverpool is down.
Lingard to score. So look at me.
Liverpool is losing to
Brighton Hove Albion.
There you go.
Regardless, I hope that everybody enjoys listening to us watch games as they are listening at later dates. Like, yeah, this isn't even a game that's active right now, but whatever. Let's move on to the comeback kids segment, guys. All right. Robert's like, thank God.
That was a good pre-com. It really got the juices flowing.
Yeah, I thought that it really did. It's just like, I feel like we kept everybody safe for Super Bowl week. We'll talk about our predictions in the PTG pick segment, and just keep some of that stuff in mind if you happen to be going to a Super Bowl party. I don't want to say it's as effective as what the CDC said, but it's probably up there. Moving on to the comeback kids segment. Just a quick reminder, go check out the Pass the Gravy merch store, passthegravymerch.com. It's got all of the best gear for the pod. We got the brand new City Edition gear. I was rocking my hoodie yesterday. I love the hoodie. And a little recommendation, if you're going to go with the Gravy Gang City Edition baby blue and red hoodie, go with one size below what you normally get. If you want it to fit nice and snug, you go one size below. If you like a baggy sweatshirt or hoodie, then you go with whatever your regular size is. But I feel like they fit a bit big usually. So I went with a small instead of the medium. Fits perfectly. I love it.
Okay, skinny guy.
I'm just saying, if go one size down if you want it to be a nice little snug fit.
Hey, all you fellow fatties out there, trust yourself. All right, we know
trust
what
yourself,
we wear.
Then, guys. Trust yourself.
We know what we wear.
I'm just trying to help you guys out. We also got the Gravy Gang face mask. We have the Pass the Gravy face gaiters. Pat's wearing the PT. He's got the face gator on right now. If you're watching the podcast on YouTube or Facebook, he's also got the Pass the Gravy trucker hat. I have the dad hat, but I'm not wearing it, but it's awesome. You can go get that. And just, we got all kinds of awesome merch. If you get anything from the Pass the Gravy merch store, let us know. Send us either your receipt or a picture of you wearing it. When you get it, we'll give you a shout out on the next episode of the podcast. PassTheGravyMerch.com. Go and support your favorite podcast, because that means the most to us when you guys go. And I mean, obviously the most is when you listen, but then it's like when you just rep us out there, because that's pretty sick.
I can't wait. Like, as soon as I either get my refund or Biden gives me my $2,000, I'm gonna just go drop so much money in, because there's so much stuff that I want to buy right now, but like bills, you know. But once I get my free money, aka the money that's already been stolen from me by the government, I'm gonna go ham.
Yeah,
because I need the blue mask.
You want to go ham? I've already paid bills.
I need the city edition mask. That's what I'm missing right now, and then I gotta rebuy the hoodie that I ordered in the wrong size in the first place, because I'm a big old dumb dummy with a dumb brain.
Smooth brain.
Bam.
Smooth brain.
Yeah, very smooth brain.
So I got the, if you're watching the video version, I got the mask on right now. It's awesome. And like I said last week, there's like with the over the ear face masks, not the gaiters. Like a lot of times you get the ones that I feel like are too big, where they like they droop down, or like they go below your nose and you got to keep pulling them up. These, the strings on the back of them are nice and tight. You're going to not have any issue with that. It'll keep it nice and high up on your face anyway. So it's pretty awesome. Check it out, PassTheGravyMerch.com. Get you some of the best podcast gear in the world. Let's get to the Comeback Kids segment now.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
Yeah. All right. Our first comeback kid of the week. As someone that didn't watch Game of Thrones, I feel very proud that I know how to use this, I think, correctly. It's bending the knee. It's bending the knee because we, over the last couple of weeks, we have had my not cools tended to be about my apartments and construction and some issues with me and the management of the people that were constructing on my apartments. Well, guess what? After several yelling voicemails I left and arguments I had with the manager/owners of the complexes, we have now come to an agreement, and it was awesome because on Friday I felt like a Karen, but I did get things done because they sent a really, really, really long email apologizing for all of the issues that have been going on and laying out guidelines of exactly what was going on. Then on Monday, they came to inspect everything, make sure everything was good, fixed the old drain that we were talking about, fixed, because I told you guys I was having to shower in 3 inches of water because it was just not draining. Fixed that bad boy. They're going to start dimming the lights outside that I was saying were bad. They're, they're building a fucking dog park too. That's pretty sick. So Emma's not going to have to walk outside, outside of our gate at night where it's kind of sketch or whatever. Now she can just be behind the gate with Wheezy and it'll be chill.
And Wheezy's going to have some buddies to play with.
Wheezy's going to have buddies. I think I won this fight. Or I won the war, maybe, at least. I may have lost some initial battles. But I told you guys, I was going to be a persistent motherfucker. And you guys know I am a vengeful bitch.
You are being appeased right now. Let's see if they follow through.
But I was you know what? I know the influence, how to win friends and influence people or whatever it is. It's I respect that you're listening to what I have to say and you're giving me a response that I would like to hear as well. But as far as I've seen, they have lived up to their end, and it's only been a couple of days, but I'm pretty proud with what's going on. Where
are they going to build a dog park? Is it on by that side gate that's always closed?
Well, there's
because I'm thinking of the layout of your place.
I guess you guys haven't. So you guys haven't been to my place in a while now because we've been doing this via Zoom. They have taken out those planter boxes that had all the big overgrown plants and shit like that. Made it kind of look like a mall. They've dug up all of those and they're they're going to just put it in one of those. So like those like little areas right there. It's not going to be a huge dog park, but it's like a dog park. So
a space for dogs to poop.
Yeah, or like, it'll be big enough to like kind of like roll a ball or whatever, but like
not really throw it, but like you can.
Weezy and I go where we need to go to throw a ball. We got a place where we go throw a ball every day.
But now you don't have to take her out there to poop.
Right. But yeah, it'll be nice. And so just bending the knee, I won, and shout out to me for getting shit done. Shout out also to my apartments that I'm not going to name, but they're cool. And I've taken down my poor reviews because I was Sherman's death march. I was just fucking shit up on reviews like every single day. I'm adding a new one, and I'll do that every single day for the rest of my life. And I've taken them down now because we've gotten cool, but I'll put them back up if things change. So moving on, bending the knee, that's one. Then our next comeback kid this week is LeBron James, excuse me. He got in a little altercation with who is being called courtside Karen. I believe her name is Juliana Carlos, at least on her Instagram. And she and her husband were sitting courtside at the Lakers Hawks game on Monday night, and her husband was talking some shit to LeBron. LeBron then proceeded to say shit back to him, and then the wife just went full Karen, was like, "Don't you talk to her!" And then they got kicked out. And LeBron was like, "Yeah, I don't think they should have been kicked out." But it's like he was straight up like pointing to the refs, like who was doing shit, and it was like,
well, I mean, not that he needed to. They were literally courtside.
They were courtside, and like there were like 12 people in the game. It looked like, because probably only courtside people were there, which is also weird. Where it's like, if you're only letting some people in, why were they only courtside people?
Well, I mean, they might have been like 2 rows back, but it looked like they were courtside. But also, as much shit as I'm always prepared to give to LeBron James, I'm on his side on this one.
I'm not.
I'm on his side too. I'm on his side too.
Unless there was not an N-word or any derogatory terms thrown his way, which as far as I know was not the case. If it changes, then I immediately like disagree. I disagree with what I'm saying then. But I as long as it wasn't anything like
there wasn't
offensive thrown his way, it's like, dude, you fucking paid probably $1 billion in this economy to go sit courtside. Yeah, you should be able to talk shit to LeBron without getting kicked out.
But here's the thing:
throw anything at him.
I said, I think I said I'm on his side against them. I'm on his side against her. The husband did nothing wrong. He shit talked LeBron. LeBron turned and said some shit back to him. That's happens in the NBA.
Fair game.
So then she just goes, "You don't talk to my husband like that. I'm a fucking bear cub mama. I will take care of my own." You're like, Jesus Christ, woman, it's shit talking. Take a fucking Valium and sit down. Then she goes on her Instagram live afterwards, like, and he freaked out on me. And like, you see it, and he just looks at it and goes, "Shut the fuck up." And like, he didn't freak out.
And
she's like, I'm a 25-year-old woman and I intimidate LeBron James, which like, you ain't 20. If you're 25, you look terrible for 20. Like, terrible. I mean, and
I think maybe that nose was 25. Surgery. The nose was probably 25. Her boobs might have been 25.
I mean, each of those were probably like 3.
Right. But like, she was not 25.
No. And she's like, and I intimidated LeBron James. You're like, no, you didn't. You were acting like a fucking child at a game. And he was like, what is this bitch doing? And security was like, all right, get the fuck out. Also, her husband is a douchebag, though. Like, respect to him for being, 60 or whatever he is, and he's got a young, hot wife. Respect. But also, his name on Instagram is Carlo Daddy. He's a douche.
That's kind of funny, though, I think.
He's a douche.
Well, there's even people like when they call themselves daddy, like they're being serious, and that's douchey to me. But if you're like my brother and I, whenever we're drinking, like, "Oh, daddy's here. Do you want to come say hi to daddy? He's kicking your ass in fantasy football." Like, that's what we always like. That is funny to me. And like when my brother plays Among Us, he's always daddy, and that's hilarious to me. Just because, but like I don't know. I think if you're being sarcastic about it, yeah, it's funny. But like, I don't think he's definitely being douchey. But like, there's no rule against not be like, you're allowed to be douchey.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, in the group chat, I call myself the Alpha Daddy. I mean, that's just funny. But no, the whole thing that set it all off was he yelled at LeBron, and LeBron said, "All right, you old steroid ass." Which, if you see pictures of him, this dude's roided as fuck.
Yeah,
but and that's what set off his wife.
Have been triggered that, like, you know, maybe somebody else was also doing steroids, and he's like trying to bulk up. Like,
I mean, it could be projecting. Who knows? But
something to think about.
It's just
something to think about. Also, you know what MJ would have done in this situation? He would have just dunked 52 on the fucking Hawks and dropped 52 points, and then stared them down every time he ran back and forth on the court, and then just really just alphaed him. He wouldn't have like pointed him out to the refs and like been like weird about it. He wouldn't even like engage. He would just be like, I'll give you the stare down, fuck face.
Are we talking about Michael Jordan back in his day, or if Michael Jordan played today? Because if he played today and did that, she would have gone on Instagram Live afterwards and been like, he was trying to intimidate me. I was just watching the game, and the professional athlete treated me like shit. You know, 100% that's what she
probably did. I mean, that is a big thing, though. Like, I mean, it's like,
she sucks. I think we can all agree she sucks.
She sucks. She sucks. But, like, fuck LeBron. He ruined Space Jam already, and I haven't even seen it, but he's ruined Space Jam. So, like, I'm never going to forgive him for that.
I'm with you on fuck LeBron, just not on this one. I am hashtag Team LeBron on this one.
All right. Robert, I guess you're Team LeBron too, huh? I mean, I don't like the lady at all, but it's like, I'm going to be against LeBron on anything just because I don't really like LeBron. I mean, I respect him and he's awesome, but he's fun to hate on.
I hope her husband's cheating on her. That's my stance on this, which he undoubtedly is.
Wow.
I mean, come on. He's 60-something and she's 25. She knows why they're married.
All right. Well, moving on. Besides LeBron James and courtside Karen.
He spent more money on her than she's worth. Let's put it that way.
Has he spent more money on her than she has had spent on her body?
No, that's what I'm saying. He probably paid for everything on her body. Or that was an ex-boyfriend, you know, because she seems like one that just bounces from rich guy to rich guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
like I feel like before they were together, like I could see him like sliding her DMs on IG, and like that's how they met. And like her profile probably said like entrepreneur in it, like that was what it was. Like,
well, she's got one of those ones now
/ entrepreneur. And it's like, what is entrepreneur literally could mean anything. That means you have jobs.
Miami, airplane, Atlanta. Like that's in hers now.
Oh, yeah.
Like she's from Miami. So 100% that dude would just like flew out to Miami one time and found her Instagram and was like, that's my next takedown.
I like though. I do think that's funny when people do that. I guess it's mostly chicks, but I've definitely seen guys do it. Where it's like, I lived in LA, and then I lived in Colorado, and then I lived in Wisconsin, and then I lived in Chicago, and now I live in Houston. You're like, dude, I don't need to know your whole life story and your profile.
I mean, I'm down with you saying that. Don't put Wisconsin airplane, Chicago airplane, LA airplane. Yeah,
show Houston. Me some moving trucks or something, but maybe that means she goes back and forth between
just say
Miami
born here, moved here, now here. Don't do that airplane.
I don't need your resume
because I'm a traveler.
I don't need your where I lived resume. But that's what I'm saying. Like those are the same people that have like entrepreneur. An entrepreneur could literally mean like I have multiple jobs of anything. Like entrepreneur is it
could mean you have one job.
And I'm not saying like everybody that says entrepreneur is like a scammer, but it's like those are the same people that are like, bro, like remember do you ever have friends that like they were club promoters where they would just send out like 5 billion text messages like every day?
Yep.
Like, yo, bro,
Fuck
come by to Umbop. We got drink specials all night starting at 8. Ladies getting free. And you're like, dude, stop fucking texting me. But like every single night they would do that. And you're like, hey man, shut up. Like then those are the same people like in their profile is like entrepreneur. Like, yeah, man, you're sending out text messages.
I've got multiple revenue streams. Like,
yeah, dude, multiple revenue. Those are big buzzwords like that.
You bought AMC 2 weeks ago. Like, you buy penny stocks. That doesn't make you a fucking entrepreneur, dude.
Somebody invests like $5 in the stock market, and they're like quoting God quotes and shit right after that. Like,
hashtag
hey, how to be successful? Grind. Grind
life, bag life.
Hashtag no days off.
Big dude, you literally spent yesterday getting shit-faced on mimosas at 11:30 and were in bed by 3 because you passed out drunk.
Yeah, bro, but it was Robin Hood trading.
We were celebrating our fucking gains on Robinhood, dog. Like, that's still not a day off.
No days off, dude. I was trading, which is like a real thing. I'm not knocking everybody. I hope everybody listening, if you did play the game, the stonks game last week. I hope y'all.
I was told to do it, and I didn't do it. And I was told it was guaranteed because he broke it all down to me.
After we talked about it. Well, after we talked about it last week, I watched The Big Short, so then obviously I knew everything about stocks, and I went to download Robinhood, and it was like, enter your social security number, and I was like, nah. That was like where it stopped. I was like, yeah, I get you have to do that for tax purposes and shit, but I was like, it's just one more step I feel like I'm not gonna do. This is just a sign I shouldn't be doing this.
See, I can lose money
gambling. I don't need to lose money trading stocks and gambling.
Right? Like I downloaded Webull because fuck Robinhood, but I still I downloaded it I think last Thursday, and I have not entered anything yet. To even start buying stocks. I just keep forgetting to do it.
I'm just gonna get rich on Super Bowl props.
No, I mean we're getting rich on hockey. I really wish we have. I wish I would have tracked.
We've been
where what the plus minus just on hockey is this year because it's significant.
I have tracked it actually since I'm that guy. At Gravy Gambles, if you have followed every NHL pick we have done this year, we are 38-17. Which is pretty fucking solid.
And there's been a couple that you've put in that I didn't put in. And also there's been at least 1 or 2 parlays that I changed for the Bruins that hit too.
Okay. 38-17, not including parlays. Because parlays overall Gravy Gambles is 14.
That's not including parlays.
Not including parlays.
Oh yeah. That's
parlays. All the parlays that have hit, I think we're up positive, but 14 and 27 in all parlays, not just NHL parlays, but, because I feel like it's weird because a lot of times I have multi-sport parlays and shit like that. So it's true. That doesn't count as an NHL loss, does it?
No.
At Gravy Gambles, follow that. We won't bombard you with all of our gambling stuff. Now, but speaking of things you could gamble on, college football. And speaking of college football video games are back, bro. College football video games are back. NCAA football is going to make a return. EA Sports came out yesterday and said that I think it's going to be 2-3 years.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks about it is it's going to be a while, but just knowing that it's coming back, it's my favorite video game of all. No, Halo's my favorite sports video game of all time. Yeah, it's so much better than Madden.
It's pretty great. I don't know. I was always a Madden guy, but now Madden I can't play because I fucking just get angry at it because it's too real. It's bro, I don't need to learn physics. I just want to throw a football. And give me the truck stick. Let me have the juke stick. That's what I need. I don't need a passing cone. I don't need it to be as real as it is. So the players can study with it. I just want to fucking throw the ball. I want it to be an arcade game. That's what NCAA was, but I fucking hated NCAA after a while because you get the people that could just kill you with an option pass or the option game, and you're just well, there we go. I'm out. This is dumb.
I mean, I had definitely one, but I usually had 2 or 3 key plays that were all right, this isn't going good. Let's just go back to old faithful. But it wasn't like Madden is now to where you can literally run one play and it's a cheat code just because in the game there's crossing patterns that can happen where there's nothing the defense can do no matter what defense you call.
Slants. You're on slants.
There was just in NCAA, there was a couple plays where you if they ran the right defense, it could stop it, but you could. Most people didn't know how to call the right defense. Now Madden just sucks. The only thing I'm really hoping for this is if they do be a pro or whatever it's called, where you get to play as the player, don't turn it into a fucking stupid ass story mode like they've done with Madden. We're we're going back to his high school days. And here's him being interviewed by the high school reporter who coincidentally later in life is a big time reporter and is interviewing him now, but it's a flashback. So they were friends in high school. No, just let me create someone and fucking play. I don't need a goddamn story mode. I just want to be the quarterback at my favorite university. That's it.
I don't know. I kind of like to be the playmaker or whatever it was called the first season, and the second season, I don't care anymore.
Oh no, those were bad. The most recent one they did was awful Because once you go pro in the newest Madden, you don't even play every game. They skip
ends,
you play like one every 8 games. No,
like
even when you're the starter, it'll just be like, okay, you play week 1, it's your first game. And then they're like, all right, now it's week 8 and it's the second half. You're like, why did I just spend 3.5 hours getting to the pros if you're not going to let me fucking play? Like, they fucked Madden up so bad. Just give us new graphics on the last NCAA and make it the same exact fucking game and shit it out. That's all I want.
They should do that with Madden, really. Like, they just do a patch once a year, update the names and the jerseys, and like we're good.
Well, people got mad for a long time saying like it's the same exact game, and you just charge us $60 every year for new ratings and a couple new players.
And they're like, yeah, dude.
And they're like, fine, okay, we'll start adding new features. And now you can play Madden Ultimate Team, and people like it a lot.
Now you have lightsaber fights you can do in Madden. Wait, what? That doesn't seem.
Yeah, people like the Ultimate Team at first, and then it's like, okay, but now we figured out how to add microtransactions where you have to buy a lot of shit in game, and we make more money. People are like, well, this is stupid. You're just bleeding us of money. And then they're like, fine, here's a new story mode, and it's gotten worse every year since people complained about it just being an updated game every year. Well, now it's perfect. That's all I want is an updated game every year. I just want to play with the rookies now. And I want my team as it currently is.
We didn't know how good we had it until like they fucked it up, I feel like.
That's all I want from the college game. Because college game is more fun. It's college football. It's fucking crazy at all times. It's wide open. It's the spread. You get dominant players which is going to piss people off because like he's too good. I'm like, well, yeah, that's college. Trevor Lawrence is too good. Tim Tebow is too good. You can't fucking stop him.
Too fucking good.
Oh yeah, those were the days. The Vince Young days.
You had UT, was it UT like or NCAA?
You had Vince Young and Jamal Charles.
Yeah,
Vince Young and Jamal Charles.
It's not fair. And then you had like Leinart and Bush, and like you're just like, oh, okay, cool. Now we're fucked.
You could literally with Vince Young, if you took off the wrong direction on the option, but like hit it before you hit the tackle, he would just like throw it behind his back 15 yards to Jamal Charles. But the entire defense has already went one way. Oh man, those games were so cheap. This is why I'm so excited. It was the best.
It's coming back.
Video game.
So congratulations, everybody. We got it back. I just don't like. They're gonna probably figure out how to like pay players for it. I think like with the likeness agreements that they're trying to work on right now in the NCAA, that's probably what's gonna hold it up. But
they would not have announced it if they didn't already have like a handshake deal in place, like saying, you know, guys, this is gonna happen for you. Let us announce it. Get everyone pumped up, but like it's in the pipeline.
I cannot wait. Moving on. Our next comeback kid is Silhouettes. Silhouettes are back this week. Now, this is something I just learned about. And I felt like it's TikTok. It's TikTok, guys. And I have never felt older than when I'm trying to figure out TikTok trends. Also, a little side note is the new, the challenge. It's just a challenge is just a dance now. Like a challenge used to be like the ice bucket challenge. You had ice poured on you. And now it's just like the boom boom challenge.
That was even lame. Challenges used to be, hey, swallow the cinnamon and almost die.
I had to go to the ER because I was fucking coughing and threw up 4 times and then didn't know if I was like just gonna throw up my guts. I don't know. Like I feel like now it's just like the boom boom challenge, and it's like, well, check out this song and watch. I did 2 different dance moves to it. And like, what? That's okay. And it's like, yeah, you're having to learn to dance, but like, that's not a challenge. It's just you dancing.
It's you doing Doctor Strange's moves. You're just
right.
And that's the new challenge.
And so the silhouette challenge. Apparently it was for female empowerment. You were supposed to like gyrate or like gyrate around or like wiggle around, and then like I made it like you put an app. I thought that you would just go and like they figured out their silhouettes and like did it like that. I didn't realize it was a filter. It's a filter that like then girls were doing like naked completely, because then it's like, oh, it's sexy that I look like a Bond girl and you can just see the outline of my body. And then they found out that there was like another app that you could just go to remove that filter, and then they were just nudes if you did it naked. So problematic, definitely. If you thought you were under the safety of like, oh, hey, don't worry, like it's just a filter. But now that they're like, oh no, they can take that down, and then it's just the picture that was there before the filter. That's bad. And like there's younger kids and shit like that are on TikTok, so like that could be very problematic with pedophiles and shit like that. But because initially I was like, well, why would you just not do it? Like, just don't do it naked. Like, just do it with clothes on. And now it's like I think you kind of have to do it with clothes on. But that was a weird.
I can end this very quickly.
Trying to learn TikTok, and I was just like, what are you kids doing with silhouettes?
I mean, all we need is a movement of fat guys doing the silhouette challenge, sideways, completely nude. That's all you need. You see our tits, you see our gut, you're gonna see our dick. Nobody wants to see fat guys naked. Boom, challenge over.
I wanted to do that
because if we flood enough of hashtag silhouette or whatever you do on TikTok with just naked fat guys, people are going to stop searching it, and then it's over.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we need.
I want to do that with us, but then just like make our dicks look like they're like way longer. Sorry, my dick's always all the way on.
No, you can't do that, because then people are going to find them funny and want to search them. No, we just need brutal, honest truth of disgusting naked guys.
It'd be funny because then like you Photoshop it, so then they go look at, and the surprise is also it's not. It was just that was a Photoshop add-on, and it was just regular. You see the.
Oh no! See, you're assuming that people are going to see them and then use the filter to actually see us naked. No, the silhouette of a naked fat guy is enough. Oh, it's not good. It's not a good thing.
Not good. Not good.
Like, oh, look at his balls. We're doing this for the women, Alex. We're doing this to protect them so nobody will search the silhouette anymore. I guess you're just not an ally of women.
I am. I'm the biggest ally of women here, but maybe don't do the silhouette challenge, and then just like, what if we just eased up on the challenges? Everything. Like, what was the? I don't know what the one was where they kept being like, boom, 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 and then it was like, now I'm wearing a different outfit.
I don't know. I'm not up on until something goes wrong with TikToks. I don't know anything about the TikToks.
Yeah,
because I'm not on there.
It's kind of how I am.
Except
I'm very smooth brain when it comes to TikTok.
I did have a thought the other day where I was like, maybe I should get one just for country music TikTok, and I was like, nope. I don't. China already has my information. I just don't want them an easier path to having my information.
Pat just wanted to follow it so he could see what Morgan Whalen was up to, because Morgan Whalen's his favorite.
Oh, no, we're going to get to him later.
Oh, are we?
Oh, we're going to get to... Do you know why we're going to get to him later?
Yes, that's right. That was the joke. That's so you wanted to see your favorite country singer.
No, I just thought you just remembered me shit-talking him, but yeah, we're going to get to that.
I already knew that. So then when I saw the headlines, I was like, this will be a funny joke for Pat.
I don't know. He seems more up Robert's alley now.
Yeah, Robert probably loves Morgan Whalen. Let's move on, though, to our next one. And this is a really interesting one. It's a combo one. Monkeys and Elon Musk, because Elon Musk has a monkey now that can play video games with its mind. They put a chip in its brain, and they were like, you can't even detect where the chip is. Like, it's not noticeable from the outside. But the monkey it's like Neuralink, I think, is the company that he owns that is working on this. And the monkey is able to play video games with its mind, like control the video games by using its brain. And just like I have been pretty adamant about being against robots. Is this something we should be concerned about? Or is this kind of like one of those, like, this is tight, it's a monkey that can play games with its brain?
It's tight. It's a monkey that can play games.
Because like, a monkey can't control us with its brain. It can only control like games, maybe it could fuck up your TV if it wanted to, but like it could probably change your TV to Animal Planet all the time.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's like the worst side of it, I think. So
he'd be like, yo, dude, that's Frank. I knew him like 6 years ago.
Yeah. And then you could probably learn how to talk too.
Like, honestly. I'm all for, like, even if they revolt against us, I'm cool with it. I'm pretty sure monkeys would like me. I've always been very pro monkey.
I feel like I would get along with monkeys as well, honestly. Yeah.
Like,
I'm not the only one in that boat.
Yeah, no, I'm good with monkeys. It just made me laugh super hard that the first quote of this article is Musk saying, he's a happy monkey.
Yeah. Imagine being the first monkey that can just play video games with your brain and just like you go back to the like monkey exhibit when they take you back to wherever they are in fucking Tesla or whatever the fuck. And they're like, yo, dude, guess what I did today? I played Donkey Kong. And they're like, you fucking played Donkey Kong? That's our hero. Like Donkey Kong is their Mario.
That would be the like. I hope they teach that monkey to play Donkey Kong, and he'd be like, whoo. Or better yet, Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong.
Oh, well, obviously you master Donkey Kong, then you kill it with Diddy Kong after that.
Well, they're calling him a monkey, so I'm assuming he's not an ape and it's an actual monkey. Because if this is an ape, I'm gonna not be thrilled with them. Monkeys want to be
like, I imagine, like, you know, like a little dog always wants to be like the bigger dog. Like the Chihuahua barks the loudest because it's like I see myself as a bigger dog. I feel like the little monkeys like, but I'd be cool like to be the you know the big ape. Like they want to be Donkey Kong, and that's how they can live that they can live that dream out in the video game. Like
my life won't be complete.
NHL hockey, but I can on NHL 21 when I play Xbox.
That's a good point.
Like that's how I live that dream. That's my dream of being a professional player.
Instead of Guitar Hero, they have like Banana Hero. And you're just swinging from branch to branch collecting bananas.
No, it would just be Donkey Kong again, but you'd be playing the drums. Monkeys playing Rock Band, though, with their mind would be fucking... I would watch that.
That'd be super dope.
I would watch monkeys doing most things. Like monkey riding a dog on a halftime show at a football game is the greatest halftime show there is. Like no matter, like, they do it like once a year at the Giants games, at least that I see on TV. They didn't this year because they had no fans, but it's like every year when they would do it, yeah, it's Monkey Dog Day, and it's just usually it's a little monkey with a cowboy hat, and the dog's like, whatever, I got a saddle on, I'm a fucking chill dog, I don't care, I'm running around.
Just a buddy.
This is my monkey buddy.
Poop Fling Hero. That would be the monkey game.
They don't have Poop Fling Hero.
That would be like it's like a like if there was a snowball fight game for humans, but monkeys, it's like you throw your shit at each other. Establish dominance.
It's like Call of Duty, but with monkeys. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Yes, that's 100% the game. It's just monkeys going through urban trying to hit each other with shit before the other one hits them.
It's a brilliant game right there.
Oh, dude, I'm 100% in right now. Someone release that shit on Steam right now.
But yeah, just Elon Musk did it again, and then I guess SpaceX fucked up and like crashed in a rocket. But I don't know. I'm only here to tell the good stuff that Elon does, because like everything he does seems to be pretty cool.
Dude, Elon just seems like a dude.
Dude, he is a dude.
He's a dude. Like
he's just a guy being a dude. There's a lot of money, and he's really smart.
Yeah, like. Yeah, he was born rich, but you know what?
And his name sounds like a cologne.
He did something with it. He created some cool shit. He could have just been a rich trust fund kid that is an asshole his whole life, but he was like, no, you know what I'm gonna do?
He could have been Martin Shkreli.
He could have been Martin Shkreli, but instead he's like, I'm gonna be the guy that high ass dudes in college are sitting there like, dude, Musk is a bro, and you know what? He is. Now, granted, he named his kid some dumb shit. And as I've talked about on here many times, I'm very against naming your children dumb shit. And I think that child should be taken away from him. I'm going to be consistent on that stance.
Okay.
But maybe that'll teach him a lesson.
Is key here.
And his next child will just be named Rebecca.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But either way.
Trade.
Elon.
Monkey's back. Elon's back. And we don't have to worry about monkeys like we do robots. Robots, hard pass on. Monkeys that can play video games with their mind. Like, because how awesome would it be to play video games with your monkey? You're like, yo, monkey, pick up the sticks. That. We're hopping on some fucking
Call of
GTA.
Duty.
Let's go. Yeah, we're playing Call of Duty with your friends, bro.
I won't consider my life complete until I get to hug a chimpanzee.
Yeah, I want a monkey so bad.
Like just because like it's like a child, but like way better in every possible fucking way. And like they'll give you a kiss on the cheek too, and you're just like, dude, you're the best. I love you. And they're like, dude, here's a hug, and you're like, yes.
You can teach them to smoke cigarettes.
They look cute when they wear diapers, whereas children, you're just like, you sick little piece of
grow
crap.
up.
Learn how to poop in
like, what do you do? Shit on yourself?
You fucking gross bastard.
I want to get my monkey like a leather jacket and some sunglasses. He'd be a cool monkey.
That would be awesome.
That would be a badass monkey right there.
And then you also get just a big dope dog that is chill with the monkey riding around on him.
Like Weezy'd be chill with it.
maybe a little cowboy hat for the monkey too.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Not like one of those little ones that just sits on top. I'm talking about like a true to size cowboy hat, and you name your monkey Sheriff or Walker.
The Walker's better.
You get him a little Texas Ranger star.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
All right, I'm gonna start looking into this.
I'm in on this. All right. I co-sign all of those things. So if you can make that happen, let me know. I'm down to invest with all my Super Bowl prop money that I'll win.
I'm once again asking you to send me money for my monkey project.
For my monkey project, it's very important. All right. Our next comeback kid, the King is back. Everybody, the King is back. Lil Nas X has another Super Bowl commercial. So this is back-to-back years that he has Super Bowl commercials. It is not Doritos though. It's for like Adobe something, like Adobe computer shit. I don't fucking know. The most important
Bring back Flash games.
No, it's like not Photoshop, but it's like like whatever like the subscription thing is for Adobe, I want to say. But his new song that he hasn't even released yet called Call Me By Your Name, that's on it. Like I've already seen like a little snippet of it. And first off, the song sounds like a banger. So I'm very confident that our king, Lil Nas X, is going to have yet another banger. And let me just come out and say it because I was right on Panini and Old Town Road. Be like, this is going to be a fucking like top of the charts thing again for the King. He'll be back up there. And just remember that I said it first here. So Lil Nas X, congrats to him for being back. And just because I shoehorn the same two people in whenever I can, they had a big week for the two people I always shoehorn in because O.J. Simpson, also a comeback kid, he got the COVID vaccine over the weekend. And let's just say the internet was not happy about it.
I mean, he's a free citizen.
Yeah, right? He did his time. OJ did his time. He was acquitted. The glove
not
did not
for
fit.
what he should have been doing time
quit.
for, but
correct.
That's the
I agree.
as it is.
I agree.
But he's a free citizen,
West Ham
and he's
also
in
wants
the
shout out to West Ham.
Now the public was rightly offended when we found out that they were going to give the vaccine to prisoners in Gitmo, or more accurately, terrorists in Gitmo, and everyone freaked out and they went, good point. We're not going to give it to him. Just because you don't like OJ, like he's free and he's in the 65 and over, whatever the fuck it is. He gets the vaccine. You might not like him. I don't like him. I mean, he got away with murder, allegedly.
Right. Allegedly.
He did it.
Not in the civil suit.
Yeah, but
Right.
I mean, you may not like it, but it is what it is.
OJ back in the news, and he falls under the categories where he can get that. So there we go. OJ Simpson back in the news, guys. That was the Comeback Kid segment, and don't forget to go check out the Pass the Gravy merch store, passthegravy.merch.com. Let's move on now to the What Would Jesus Do segment, fam. This is the segment where, you know, if you had a WWJD bracelet, like a lot of times, that was big when I was growing up, but I never told you what he would do. And a lot of times that is still a phrase. People are like, what would Jesus do? You're like, I don't know. Answer it. Like, somebody give me an answer. Since nobody else will give you the answer, we will give you the answer. Throw Jesus in a situation in today's times, like in 2021, give us a modern situation he might find himself in, and use the hashtag PTGWWJD. Tag us at Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter, and that's how we'll search for them. We're going to do this until you guys stop submitting them. So I appreciate all of you guys that have submitted to hashtag PTGWWJD at Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter. And without further ado, let's get to the What Would Jesus Do segment. This is the jingle from our buddy, Jingle Blake Wonder.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
This week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from our good buddy, Zach Woodruff. Millennial or Gen Z Zach Woodruff, I believe, is what we call him. At Salsa 6800, he says, what would Jesus' side gig be? Would he be an Uber driver so he could deliver his disciples, a pedicure salon owner so he could wash their feet, or something else? I do like I feel like he would just build furniture. Like he's a carpenter. Jesus in today's time, he'd be the guy
that would be his main gig.
No, because he works as a carpenter on the side already. He does his own carpentry stuff, but then he'd be like the Facebook marketplace guy. Like, do you have anybody that does woodwork? It's like, yo guys, just a table and chair set that I just did.
You know how
hit me up.
You know how those tables for squirrels were popular earlier in the pandemic?
Yes.
That's what his side gig would be, like
little
tables,
things like that.
Yeah.
So it's either he would be a preacher and his side gig was carpentry, or he would be a carpenter and his side gig would be preaching.
No, because I think like he's a hustler, so maybe you could have all three of those. Because I think
careful! I wouldn't call Jesus a hustler. Negative connotations to that.
Because you could be a carpenter as your main gig, along with saving everyone from the sins. But like he's a carpenter as his main gig, but like outside of what he normally does for work, he can also build things for like hire. You know, he's like free. It's a little freelance. You know.
I think I've got it. He would be a carpenter, like he is, but his side gig would be like YouTube videos that he puts out of him building stuff that are also inspirational videos with a Christian slant on them. And he would send his message out that way while showing his awesome woodworking skills.
Yeah, he'd totally be like an Instagram personality that does those like IGTV, like 3-minute videos. And he's like, you know what? Hi, guys. I'm Jesus Christ. And you know what's really important to have? A solid foundation with God. Speaking of a solid foundation, oak has a great foundation to it. And today, I'm going to show you how to build a kitchen table.
I think he would also be like...
okay.
He would also be the main carpenter that Chip and Joanne, whatever her name, Gaines, that they use on Fixer Upper. Like, he would definitely be their go-to guy.
Oh, no, sweetie. They're fine. They don't need any more Jesus than they already got. Jesus is in their hearts, and he's
That's
here
what I'm
to
saying.
help others. He's here to help others, buddy.
But that would just help expand his message by being on that show. He would be the carpenter that they bring in. And Jesus, you know, he wouldn't push it on the show. People just want to kick back and relax the show. But, you know, after he did it, he'd be like, all right, later, guys. Bless you.
You see how this
you would throw it in
subtly evened out. It's important to also be even with your sins right here. And we're gonna just show you how to sand this down. If you got a little rough edge right here, we're gonna be sanding down tables today.
Well, that would be his YouTube
working
channel.
With Jesus.
That would be his YouTube channel on Fixer Upper. I think like they would just be so we called in our friend Jesus to do the tabletops, and it would just show him working, and that's all he gets shown on the show.
No,
but he just like
do you think they would
when he turns and winks at the camera like it's me. It's me.
Do you think like they would try and like they wouldn't call him like Jesus Christ? They'd just be like he'd go by like JC, like, all right, and JC, can JC and Mo come in here? Come in here, JC and Mo. What we're gonna do is demolition day. We're gonna be tearing this down. We're gonna install some shiplap coming up. We got some bay doors we're gonna put in here, and it's gonna look great. We're gonna have an open concept. Yep, open concept. Feng shui. It's gonna be working that way. This is a ranch house.
100% he would go by JC, and they wouldn't even address he was there.
They wouldn't address Jesus.
You would just see him in the background. Yeah, you'd be like, it looks like fucking Jesus Christ in the background.
Jesus Christ. He's like in the tunic still.
That's what I'm saying. Like he'd be sanding something in the background and just turn and like wink at the camera and be like, "Oh, that is Jesus. That's him." So yeah, he would be a carpenter, and his side job is just YouTube and Instagram videos that bring inspiration, but also teach you how to build a rocking chair.
But also carpentry. It's just like, yeah. Like
well, that's his main gig.
Or he's also building and like me. Yeah, I think we all kind of said similar things.
I'm going to teach you how to make a mahogany canoe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's coming along for the ride.
Exactly, but he does not build crosses. Out of at least. I don't know. Do you think he does the obvious joke I'm gonna go with? Like he does the like, oh no! I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I think I got a pierced when I was younger.
Yes. Oh my God. I was gonna say, yeah, he's gonna do it at least once. I don't know if he'd use that line.
That would be like, can you imagine? Like, I'd like to think that my Jesus is a pretty funny guy. And like, if you were hanging out with like Jesus and he did that, you'd be like, oh, fucking dude, you got me, man.
What if he was like, had to whistle his dog over, but he like puts his hands back to back together and whistles through the holes?
Oh. I love it. I love that. Yes.
He would definitely have a sense of humor about it, but I don't know if he.
That would make some people uncomfortable about this segment as well.
Oh, he definitely does.
I hope so.
He's up there in heaven right now, like, it's been 2,000 years, and I've never even thought to whistle through my hands that way.
Hey, guys, come here. Peter, Paul, Gabriel, come here.
Judas, you too. I forgave you.
You get your son of a bitch. Get your fucking trifling ass back here.
The idea of Jesus calling someone a trifling ass.
Trifling ass is I don't know why we don't use the word trifling anymore.
You trifling ass disciple.
All right, that was Lord Jesus 2 segment. Great job, Gen Z Zach at Salsa 6800. Hashtag PTG WWJD to at Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter. I'm at Alex J Middleton. Pat's at Not Pat D, and Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. If you want to give us a follow on Twitter as well. Now, what we should do is move on to the PTG Picks segment, guys. We have 1 week left of the NFL season. It's Super Bowl week. We got the Buccaneers taking on the Chiefs. Before we get into the PTG Picks segment, just letting you know, every week this whole season it's been brought to you by our good friends at Southern Star Brewing Company, where there's something for everybody. I was actually talking to somebody today. They were like, what is your favorite Southern Star right now? They were like, I know you love the Strawberry Bombshell Blonde. And I was like, dude, right now, like if you like obviously Strawberry Bombshell Blonde, Southern Brunch are like my two go-tos right now. But I was like, if I just had to say something like new, like I can't stop drinking the fucking Metzli. I cannot stop drinking the Metzli Pecan Stout. I'm not a huge stout guy. I love it. It's got like such good flavor to it. It's got I'm not a beer guy, like a big, I can't break down the beers and tell you everything it tastes like. And, it's more hoppy or the notes, but it tastes almost like chocolatey to you, doesn't it?
Got a nice chocolate note in there underneath a stout. Yeah, we're not those guys. We can just tell you, guys, this is a great fucking beer.
It's delightful.
That's what
I'm telling you. Delightful.
I have said this Korova, I think, is my favorite beer that they've made. And
this Metzli, phenomenal.
This Metzli is like, I'm sitting here because this is all I'm drinking today. I got 3 of each of them sitting right next to me, and I'm going back and forth. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Metzli might have, maybe it's just also my brain just going, well, the Korova's going to be gone soon. And
I told you I bought up all the Metzli at the store last week because I was
rude.
Like, so
what have I told you about that?
Well,
you leave 1 6-pack for the general public to know.
I'd like to think that the more I buy, then they have to restock more often. So then it's more business for Southern Star. So
that's, I mean, I have enough confidence in them that, they don't need you to buy it all because others want to buy it too.
Well, I also encourage everyone else to buy all of the Southern Star that they see.
And then they go to the store and there's none there because you bought it all because you're a selfish prick.
At one place in the whole city.
Maybe there's one person walking through that place and they would have seen it and be like, I'm going to try that. Because like me, I like a good pecan stout. And they see the little tag and they look up and it's empty.
It's fucking delightful.
Always leave one. Leave one.
It's delightful. The Metzli Pecan Stout, the Pekin Stout, if I do say so myself. We also have the Korova Milkshake, the new Fracker IPA, the unofficial beer of the oil and gas industry. They obviously have Old Faithful, the Bombshell Blonde, my personal favorite, Strawberry Bombshell Blonde, the Conspiracy Theory IPA, Subatomic Juicy IPA. They got something for everybody at Southern Star, and obviously the Southern Brunch. They're like beer mimosa, basically. You're not going to be disappointed if you go up to the Southern Star, 3525 North Fraser Street. Let them know past the Gravy Century. There's going to be a big PTG flag when you walk into that tap room, right behind, right opposite of the bar. You're going to see a big, huge PTG flag. I'm like, yo, I'm part of the Gravy Gang. Tell somebody behind the bar that, and they'll be like, what the fuck's up, bro? they'll get you. They'll take care of you, and just be like, Alex and Pat sent me, and they'll be like, what do you want to try? And they give you the little sampler sizes. You get to try some beers before you pick which one you really want, and you're gonna be happy with all of them. I promise you. But go there, check it out. 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. If you're up there at the brewery, take a picture, send it to us at Pass the Grade Pod. We want to know you guys are supporting the people supporting Southern Star. If you're drinking a Southern Star, take a picture, send it in to us as well at Pass the Grade Pod. Tag them Southern Star BC and at Southern Star Brewing Co. on Twitter and Instagram. Southern Star Brewing Co. Best beer in the entire world, the official presenting sponsor of the PTG Picks segment.
Is the next seasonal? I believe it is the next seasonal. But how long are we from the Echo and Conroe? I feel like we're like a couple months away, but we're getting there.
I believe it's a summer beer. I'm not sure, but this year, rumor is it's a Pass the Gravy, Darling Like a Marlin Bach is what it's gonna get. We're gonna need a Bach.
We're gonna get a Bach.
Last I heard, Darling Like a Marlin Bach.
I'm all a Bach it.
I'm all a Bach. Oh, there we go. There's a t-shirt already. I'll be Bach.
We'll figure it. When it's time. We're gonna have something.
Let it simmer. So yeah, they're the official sponsor of our PTG Picks segment. We had no games last week, but on this NFL season, I have a slight lead. I'm 30, 28, and 2. Pat is 29, 29, and 2. We could not be any tighter unless we were tied. And
we are
really
butthole tight.
This is coming down to it. This week, since it's the Super Bowl, we decided last week we will pick the over-under of the game. We will pick the spread. And then each of us has to pick 2 prop bets for the game. Now, I also double-checked with Pat ahead of time, and I was like, do these have to be in-game prop bets that have to do with the actual game that will be played on the field, or can I get a little wild with it? Because believe me, I've already dropped, I would say probably $200 on prop bets already.
Jesus Christ, Alex.
I love prop bets. Super Bowl
I know, I love prop bets too, but like,
not a lot of them on the dumb shit, but I did drop
$5 on a prop.
Well, I did on a lot, but like also I threw a lot more on others.
I was gonna say, I was like, that means you've thrown fucking $5 on 40 different prop. Like that's a lot of prop bets. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Some of them you feel good about, so you throw more on. But like,
so like this is what I'll give you guys for free. I'll give you guys for free before we get into it. Eric Church, he's a country singer, I believe. He will be singing the national anthem. There was a prop. Will he be wearing a jean jacket while he sings the national anthem? And I took no at -600. And you know how I decided that he will not be wearing one is because I Googled Eric Church, and in none of the first page was he wearing a jean jacket. So based on that one search, I'm sold on that. So
I believe one of his album covers he's wearing one on though. I could be wrong.
There was also a bet, will he be wearing a leather jacket? And that seemed a lot more likely. So I'm going to say no, that he's not going to be wearing a jean jacket. And I bet heavy on that one. But let's get to it. Pat, would you like to go first? Or would you like me to go first?
I mean, we can go because our first 2 are the same. We're both taking Kansas City -3 and the over, which is, sorry, I just clicked away. The over is 65.5
56.
56. Sorry, that was dyslexia.
55
right
would be nuts.
No, 65 would be nuts.
Does the over scare you? The over absolutely terrifies me, but I can't in good conscience not root for points in the last game of the year. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to bet the under in a game that I want to see 1 billion points scored. So fuck me. If I lose this, I don't care. I don't care if I lose if it goes under, you know what? I'm fine losing that because I'm rooting for fun. And if you're betting the under, then you're just hoping that it's not a fun game.
Here's what it is for me. It's I'm scared on the -3. I'm scared of Tom Brady, but I think, and there's supposed to be some rain that day too, which makes it a little scary, but apparently it's also supposed to clear up before game time. You're going to give all these great wide receivers in this game advantage when they know where they're going. If the footing matters at all, I think the field will still be nice. I think they'll figure it out.
You don't think like Kansas City knows how to run on grass?
No, but I'm saying if it's wet and muddy,
Like, you don't think they've ever played in the mud?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are like, oh, if it's muddy, it'll slow down Kansas City. No, because they still know where they're going and what cuts they're going to make, and the defense is playing catch up. I think there's going to be points because I think Tom Brady's going to be like, he's going to put up points as well. And Kansas City sure as shit is putting up fucking points. So I'm more nervous about Tampa Bay winning than I am about not hitting the over.
They're not. I think Kansas
I don't
City
think they will either, but like, you never feel good about playing against Tom Brady.
I just feel like Patrick Mahomes is going to whip his dick out and just be super dominant. I know it's Tom Brady, but he's beatable. He's been beat 3 times. And like, I know he's the best quarterback of all time, not knocking Tom Brady, but I think this is a better Chiefs team. I just think they're going to be able to score too much. Yeah.
Also, next year, can we just drop the salary cap so all of a sudden the Chiefs are fucked and they're not in here again next year?
I don't think it's going to happen because they're going to be back next year for sure. So yeah, Chiefs -3, and we're going to go with the over in the game of over 56. Pat, give me your first prop bet.
I mean, if I'm taking the over, I'm obviously going to take over 4.5 touchdowns in the game. So I think there's going to be at least 5 touchdowns scored. That right there, 5 touchdowns times 7, that's 35 points right there. I mean, you got to take it.
Right.
You got to fucking take it.
It's a pretty safe bet. That's -160. You got to lay down 160 to win back 100. But
I mean,
it's a solid bet. I have already bet that after you said
I was going to say, as soon as we're done and I saw it was 4.5, I was like, that's ridiculous.
This is what's dumb with me is like, I see these and I convince myself. And so there's like 18 prop bets. So I'm like, yep. Let's throw a couple bucks on that. Let's throw 5 or 10 on that. And it's like, and those all add up, Alex. So if they don't all hit, then you just kind of either broke even or lost a lot of money.
That also seems like it could be a trap bet.
And I go like 18-0, then I'm really rich. So, I mean, if let's just say if Eric Church is not wearing a jean jacket, Daddy's sitting pretty on Sunday nights. Just think about that if you're watching the national anthem. I'm not betting the fucking length of the anthem or whatever. Actually, I think it would be funny if we just gave Robert props like day of. I'm going to send him to you, Robert. I don't want you to do any research. Just randomly pick. And then I'll be like at Gravy Gambles, I'll tweet out all of our props. And it'll just be like, Robert. And you're just always all going to be like the silly ones. And like, watch Robert beat us. Like Robert will beat us. It'll be like in March Madness when the person that has no idea about basketball is like, well, I thought that the Oregon Ducks would be cool because I like ducks. So I bet them in the Final Four. And you're like, how the fuck? Okay. You bet the 12 100%. Seed to get to the Final Four. And that worked. So I'll send you some weird ones, Robert. Like I'll send you like anthem length. Like we all know you bet tails on the coin toss, right? Like, did you bet the coin toss? Are you going to bet the coin toss?
I haven't even looked through, so I got to find it first. But
I have $20 on tails already.
I mean, I will put 5.
I'm going to go with heads.
On bets that mean nothing, I bet my base bet.
You're going to go heads, dude?
I'm going to go heads.
I mean, tails never fails, but Robert loves
tails never fails. That's and if you bet against it, then like, who are you? But then, I don't know. I'm
Robert.
Upset. I'm a little shook that you're taking heads.
You're shooketh.
So just let's go tails. Let's go Eric Church. If you're listening, do not wear a jean jacket. Moving on. And then over a half of a wardrobe change for the weekend. I also think I took that one on just the weird ones for that.
I kind of like the under on it.
I bet a couple of interception bets.
Hold on,
LSU special.
This is why I like the under for the wardrobe change, because usually for a wardrobe change, you have to have people come over and help you real quick. With coronavirus, you don't want a lot of close contact.
That's a good point.
And under is plus 240, whereas over is minus 380. I think it's just a good value bet. In fact, I'm gonna put one in right now for it.
Oh, see, I got it at minus 250 2 days ago, I believe.
Yeah, that's
those bad boys are shifting. These lines are shifting, guys. You got to get in before the public.
Strictly a value bet, and I'm basing it off of, well, if they're trying to be safe for coronavirus, this is what they should do. But also, it's Florida. This is the wild fucking West.
Speaking of like value bets, this is just like, I'll get to my regular ones here, but two other ones that I bet. The LSU special, I called it. I put $5 on Devin White, linebacker for the Bucs, to have an interception. Maybe it's just like a bobbled ball or like a deflection goes into his hands. I think he already had a pick this week or this year. Plus 900 or whatever. No, maybe, whatever it is, it's more than that because it's $5 to win $95 if you bet Devin White to do that. So try that. And then also Tyrann Mathieu to have an interception is plus 300. $5 turns into $15. So if you want to just like throw a little bit of money on it, those are a couple prop bets. And it's like, you're not going to bank your night on that. But like if Tyrann Mathieu has an interception in the game, you're like, fuck yeah, there's $15. Those are the best kind of bets. Like when there's just random ones cash that you don't expect to cash. You're like, all right.
I hate you. I'm about to drop like $100 on prop bets now.
I'm telling you,
scrolling
that's how
through.
I have already put like $200 on it.
Over under one time, Bill Belichick will be mentioned. It's minus 320, but over.
Right. Like that's just easy money. So
like,
there we go. We're gonna either be mediocre, poor, or completely poor by next week's episode.
It's fine. We'll make it all back in hockey anyway.
Exactly. At Gravy Gambles if you want to follow our bets. So Pat's first prop bet was over 4.5 total touchdowns in the game. My first prop bet, I'm gonna take Patrick Mahomes over 2.5 touchdown passes. As you were saying, Pat, if we're betting, like, this is kind of us putting all our eggs in one basket where it's like, it's a low scoring game. We're all fucked on these, on all of them.
Even if we miss the 56, I like all of these to hit anyway.
And yeah, I mean, it's very possible they still do, but Patrick Mahomes over 2.5 touchdown passes. Like Travis Kelce's going to get one. They may run one in, but if they're going to score, like we think they're going to score, like he's going to throw 3 touchdown passes easily.
At least Tyreek or Mecole Hardman will catch a long one. And by that, I mean over 30
yards. Tyreek gets the one, then Travis Kelce gets one, and then
there'll be another one somewhere.
There'll be just a rando one, or Travis Kelce gets a couple. Like I could see Travis Kelce also having 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, or Tyreek having 3 touchdowns and like 200.
It's very possible.
That offense is just so fucking unstoppable. I hate them.
So,
but like I like all the players except for Tyreek, but I hate them, but like them.
And I've also bet Patrick Mahomes over 3.5 total touchdowns, but that's not one of my bets here. My final prop bet. So I have Patrick Mahomes over 2.5 touchdown passes. That's minus 167. You got to lay down 167 to win back 100. And then you have Tom Brady under 300.5 passing yards. Tom Brady averaged over 389 passing yards once in the last 6 years. And that was like 3 years ago with the Patriots. They are going to try and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field as much as possible. The Bucs are going to rely on the run. The Bucs have relied on the run a lot this postseason. They've relied on the run more than they've relied on Tom Brady in this postseason. And that's how you beat the Chiefs. You have to dominate the time of possession. You got to grind it out on the ground. You're going to be dinking and dunking with Tom Brady. And yeah, there's going to be a couple long passes I could see. I think he falls under this. He has not thrown for more than 300 yards in any of the postseason games this season.
They also haven't played the Chiefs, and they haven't really been behind.
They played the Packers, who I think have a similar type defense.
They weren't behind. Really. The Chiefs could build a lead by halftime.
But see, what I think if
Tampa's playing catch up the whole second half, eventually, I think by the time it's the fourth quarter, there's going to be a lot of throwing. Which is why I almost took a Tom interception prop, but I didn't.
I feel like they're going to have to they're going to try to avoid falling behind by keeping Mahomes off the field by running the ball. If so facto, Tom Brady throws it less. I think he gets like the 290s. That's very possible. But I'm just going to bet the under.
I don't hate it. I just don't love it.
Because I was either that or Leonard Fournette to score a touchdown. I have already bet that one as well. But I think Tom Brady under 300.5 passing yards. So mine are Kansas City -3, over 56 points. Patrick Mahomes over 2.5 touchdown passes, and Tom Brady under 300.5 passing yards. Pat, who is your last prop pick?
I'm going to take Chris Godwin over 5.5 catches. I said this to you beforehand. I feel like this is the perfect number for him. 5.5. Is he going to get 5 or is he going to get 6? It's like they placed this line perfectly. I wasn't sure which way to go, but I tend to lean back on. And this is what also kind of scares me about Tampa. We could have a last drive to win the game Tom Brady possession. I think they're going to be throwing in the fourth quarter as well. They're going to focus Kansas City's going to focus as much attention as they can onto Evans, because I think he's the main guy you got to shut down. If you get beat by Godwin and you get beat by Antonio Brown, you can do with it. You cannot get beat, but you can't let Evans get feeling good. Because when he starts feeling good,
right,
he'll win every jump ball and you're fucked. And you can't allow that. Antonio Brown, he couldn't play last week. I think he's fully healthy now, but maybe it lingers a little, and he's not 100%. Maybe he's only 90%, but that 90% could be the difference between one or two more catches going to Godwin. I'm going to go with Godwin over 5.5. What was the line on that one too? I didn't write it down.
Minus 135. You got to lay down 135 to win 100.
So it's a pretty solid line on it too. That's I went back and forth on a couple, but that's what I'm going with. Chris Godwin minus 5.5 or over 5.5, not minus.
Over 5.
5.5 catches.
Receptions. Chiefs -3. Over 56 total points in the game. Over 4.5 total touchdowns in the game, and Chris Godwin to have over 5.5 receptions. Those are Pat's PTG picks, and Robert and I would actually talk. Like, we didn't really put like a wager on like what the loser has to do this year, but Robert kind of gave me a funny idea where he was like, before we were recording, he was like, it'd be funny if like the loser had to go and do a whole episode in a library, like just on a library Wi-Fi. Like, so like, wow, we get all worked up about whatever it is. They're like, shh. All right, so no, like I'm just fucking pissed that my opponents are being assholes, and I just don't understand why. Like, and they're like, sir, could you shut up? Could you stop talking? You're saying fucking shit and cunt, and you're saying it in a library.
I'll 100% be kicked out because I'm going to be drinking too.
I shut with a bucket of beers. Just don't worry about me. We're good.
Sir, you can't bring a cooler into the library. Well, you don't understand. I have to be here for punishment, but I also have contractual obligations. So I'm going to try not to sit anyone in my area because it's going to get loud.
I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Big, you're a librarian. Are you really going to fight me on this? Do you want to make a thing of it, or can I just go do my thing in the corner for 3 hours?
Or are we going to make out?
And then you never see me again.
Is this one of those movies?
Sorry, guys. We're going to start the podcast late. I got to go to the stacks.
You know what I'm saying, fellas. All right. That was our PTG pick segment. Let's move on to the Not Cool segment, brought to you by AlamoRemedy.com, the best CBD in all the planet. I love my Alamo Remedy. I actually gave my mom some more of the gummies. She came by over the weekend, and she loves the gummies. I told you guys last week, my grandmother loves the gummies. All the gummies, the lotion, the tincture oil, and the capsules, they're all priced at $17.99. They have 250 milligrams of CBD, which is about 50% off of the national brands, because they know you're going to love their products. They also have the hemp flower. That's $19.99. It looks like weed. It smells like weed. It's not weed. It's legal. It doesn't have like the psychoactive effect. It's just, it'll chill you out. You can break it down. You can cook with it. You could roll it up. You can smoke it. Like, you're just going to chill out, but it doesn't give you the weird awkwardness that you would have, say you went out in public and, you wouldn't order your eggs well done accidentally because you forgot to like sunny side up or scrambled is how you like them. You wouldn't do that stuff. But I promise you, the hemp flower, it's pretty bomb. I was skeptical at first, but I like it. But you use our promo code PTG at checkout, you're gonna get 10% off of your order. If you use our promo code, I will get a notification that you did, and I will give you a shout out on the next episode of the podcast. AlamoRemedy.com, promo code PTG for 10% off of your order for the best CBD on the planet. Tag them on Twitter and Instagram at Alamo Remedy and at Alamo Remedy CBD. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting Pass the Gravy. Let them know that Pass the Gravy sent you. AlamoRemedy.com, promo code PTG for 10% off of your order. Alamo Remedy CBD. It is time for the Not Cool segment. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Who would like to go first with us? Does anybody have one they want to burn? I'll go first if you'd like.
I got a quick one. I got clapped at for
clapped at?
Yeah, I got like someone clapped at me. I was driving, not like in a good way, but like an angry clap.
Oh, so no, you did not.
Kind of like that.
Use your fucking blinker.
Get it together, Robert.
Yeah, because this woman's kids ran in the middle of the street, and I wasn't even close to them. I was going like I was in a neighborhood going like the speed limit, which is like 15 or 20, and I was like maybe 40 yards away from them, and they ran into the street, and then they ran back to the sidewalk. And when I finally actually did get like next to her house, she like clapped at me for like going too fast, I guess.
Did you stop?
No, I didn't stop. I just kept going. But like I wasn't going fast. I was going whatever the speed limit is. And it's her kids that ran into the middle of the street.
That's why I always speed up when kids get in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, teach them a lesson early.
Well, they know. Once they hear the car, they go, oh, fuck! And they jump out of the way most of the time.
Like I said, when they went into the street, I wasn't anywhere near them. I was like 40 yards, like, the other way. And so when I did finally, drive by her house, she like clapped at me angrily. Like,
oh,
what?
No, you didn't.
This is a neighborhood. Big yes,
Exactly.
I get
Watch
that.
out for children.
Hey, here's an idea.
To be fair, did she have one of those signs out in the middle of the road that said, "Caution, children at play"?
There is. So at this particular street, there is. I think the neighborhood has a drive like your kids live here sign.
Okay, but that's a street sign. Like,
Yeah.
the people that put the like actual sign out, like the plastic sign that they own.
Yes,
they'll put it out.
The house does have that. They have like these men with like flags, like big plastic men, like I don't know, like maybe 3 feet tall.
I know exactly what you're talking
that
about.
they put out. And I've seen them in the person's garage because they own those and they'll put those out. I'm like,
Here's the thing: if your kids are running into the street that often,
Yeah, your kids should be playing in the fucking street.
Yeah.
You have backyard children.
mm-hmm.
You have backyard children. If you can't trust them to know, like, what's the one thing you always knew as a child when you're playing with your buddies and if you have to be in the street, car.
Everybody gets on
Car.
whatever the next
Everybody
closest
goes
sidewalk
car.
is, and then you wait and you play kickball or baseball or whatever you're doing. Then you rejoin.
Whatever you're doing. Like, if you can't trust your children,
It's the rules of the street.
like,
Y'all
to
knew the
stay
rules of
out
the
of the street or be alert in the street, guess what? Your kid's playing in the backyard now.
The thing with this street too is like there's a bunch of cars just parked on the street, like so like it's not in the driveway, so you already can't go really fast because there's really like no space for you. Like if you make it any slight turn, you're gonna hit a car, so
Or
you're
a kid
already
could run
going-
out in front of you that you can't see.
Very good
Mhm.
observation. Astute observation, Pat.
Which, by the way, then, if that's the case, if they're in front of her house and she puts that little guy standing up with the flag on the curb, guess what? It's behind a car. I can't fucking see it anyway.
Exactly.
But yeah, that sucks. And it's like no matter what, even if you're not in the wrong, it's like it's bad look. It's a bad look to hit a kid no matter what. So like even if the kid runs out in front of you,
Mhm.
it's like
Oh, no, I've always just said the kid ran in front of me. Who are they going to believe, me or a kid? And then either,
yeah, but
even
you're
if
still the guy that hit their kid. So it's like
yeah, if the kid runs out last second, and then you just, even if you say that regardless, because if you're even at fault, unless there's a doorbell camera to catch you, it's your word versus a kid. That kid's probably in a coma. He just got hit by a car.
I had like I don't know, this is just kind of where my psyche is at, I guess. Like I get very frustrated with bicyclists that I get it, you're allowed to ride on the street. There's fucking sidewalks right on the sidewalks.
Yes.
Like you don't need to be going 3 miles an hour on a 35 mile an hour road and like blocking people in like a very like trafficy time of day. And I get share the road, y'all. Whatever. I'm not like I get it. You do you, bikers. I appreciate.
How about you share the sidewalk?
Isn't it illegal to be on the sidewalk? I thought it was
know.
illegal in some parts of Houston.
And that might be why. But
if that is the case, that's dumb. Because I've always just seen them be like, well, if I'm on the sidewalk, then I have to get out of the way of people over there. Yeah, well, if you're on the road, you have to get out of the way of 2,000.
We have to get out of your way.
Murder vehicles.
But
that if they're not paying attention, will kill you. If you run into somebody on the sidewalk on a bike, you're gonna get some bruises. If
but you know what is illegal?
You die.
what is illegal is that I see all the time by my place. There's like a 4-way stop, and these guys all the time, like they'll just like, oh, it's a red light, but like there aren't cars coming. So like we said, like, oh, you treat it like a stop sign. They'll just fucking straight up roll past it, and it's like, oh, if you gotta follow the rules of the road, then you gotta stop at stoplights. Like we do, two fucking idiots. Or
that drives me
like,
nuts when bikes
they
do
go
that.
in the middle, like motorcycles do it too. But it's like at least a motorcycle can go fast. Like I can still change lanes and run into you. Like I fucking hate that. And I saw that the other day, and I got so like angry just watching. It's like, fucking you piece of shit. Like I was so mad. And then that night I very rarely remember what I dreamt about. And I had a dream that I was behind a guy and he was turning right. And right as he was turning right, 2 bikes went across, and one of the dudes just got fucking straight up hit. He ran over one of the dudes, and I didn't stop and call. Like Emma pointed out, she's like, "You didn't stop and call an ambulance." I stopped. I was like, "No, he was at fault. The bike was at fault. The bike was at like I was that guy. I was like, no, bro, I got you." And I was like ready to be the witness that was like, no, fuck that dude. And she was like, "But like you didn't think like maybe call?" I was like, "1, it was a dream, so I get a pass on that because like that's not real life." But like, yeah, probably like the go-to would be like, "Is that guy okay?" And then also, "Fuck you, dude. You were an idiot for going out in front of the car like that." Like, so yeah, that's just where my psyche is with bicyclists. And like,
I'm 100% with you. If you're gonna ride your bike on a road,
but like also with kids, so it's like the kids, like they have to also have responsibility. But like you have like if you hit a guy on a bike, it's gonna look bad on you regardless of if it was his fault.
No.
Just
if
like
you're
if you
on a
kid,
bike,
it's gonna look bad because you're still the person that hit a kid, even if the kid ran in front of you.
If you're on a bike on the road, it's your responsibility to not be hit. Let me preface this: if there's a sidewalk next to you, it's your responsibility to not be hit, not the car's responsibility to not hit you. Because guess what? There's a sidewalk you could have been on. That's a safer place for you to be on than in the road, isn't it? But you chose the road. You get clipped. Maybe the driver sneezes and accidentally hits you. It's on you.
Bad look to be the driver that does this.
No, it's not a great look, but also, you're on a bike. You could be in a car or you could be on the sidewalk. Worst look for you. Now you have 3 broken legs. Yes, I say 3 because you get an extra one for being a dumbass. They said it, then they go, it's still wrong. We have to break it again.
It's a double
because you got hit by a goddamn car and everything is wrong with your body now.
I hope it felt nice, Lance.
Unless we're talking about my Uncle Matt. He's cool. He's allowed to ride his bike around.
I'm not saying like there's cool bicyclists, but it's just like
no, you're dumb.
I think the majority of them are fucking tight, but it's like there's a couple of them that make me like, fuck you, dude. All right.
Right on the sidewalk.
That was a solid, not cool, Robert. Yes. I'll go next.
Do it.
My not cool. So Emma's birthday was on Saturday. Happy 30th birthday to Emma. She turned 30 on the 30th. So we went out to a bar that I feel like I'm not going to say the name of it because I had a good time there. But what was not like, we had a great time. It was awesome. A couple of our friends showed up. It was fun. Actually, the people that were over here when living room bed became a thing, they stayed on living room bed again. So it was like, that was my justification where I was like, oh, we get it a whole other week. And then Monday that didn't happen, but it's back. So we're fine. But we went to this bar and we were outside because we were like, oh, it's COVID safe, whatever. We're outside every time you go up there. But they had 2 different places you could go. They had one bar that was only liquor and one bar that was only beer. And if you had a tab open, it didn't transfer to both. And that was my big bugaboo. Because my whole thing was like, it's Emma's birthday. I got all, I mean, I usually cover the drinks anyways. But it was like, I will, like, you don't need to get up to go get your drinks tonight. I got you. You want another one? Cool, I'll go get you. So she was drinking whiskey sours. So I was going and I was getting liquor. And I was drinking some beer. Started with a nice Bombshell Blonde from our good friends at Sergeant Star Brewing Company.
Of course.
Then bonus, not cool. They ran out of Bombshell Blonde after I had one. And their whole thing was like, well, we have all these taps with all these different beers. And I was like, but you don't have that one, do you, huh?
Bastards.
And then I tried like another one and then, oh, we're out of this one as well. I was like, you guys can't brag about the amount of beer taps you have if they don't all have beer on them.
Hey, guys, it's Saturday night. Why are you not stocked up on beer?
And it's like, oh, it's a pandemic, whatever. But it was frustrating being like, and like they were cool, like the bartenders were cool, and it wasn't their fault. It's just the setup of the whole place. Like it's a cool spot. But like I was just like, come on, guys, like because I did luckily have cash, so I could pay for cash at like the liquor place, and then go to my tab at the beer end, and they were just like in two different like they were like little like mini bars basically. And
was it technically two different bars? Like the whiskey was at one bar, the beer was at another bar. Was it technically two different businesses?
In the same bar?
Okay, because I know if you have because I was going to ask if the beer place was BYOB, because if you have BYOB, you cannot have a liquor license, but you can. Okay, so then this establishment is just moronic.
But I also don't know. Like dumb. That was my whole thing. You're making it's possible that there are weird rules, that there are weird like laws that they may fall under. Like maybe, but you know, like in certain areas, it's like, well, you're not allowed to smoke, but if you're on this county line, you can smoke in these bars. And I was like, maybe you're not allowed to have a liquor license in this area, but like literally on the same plot of land on the other side of it, you are. Like I don't know. But like it was. I'm going to
guess that's not it, and they're just making it difficult on themselves and their customers.
And I don't feel like that, like, it would make no sense for them to make it more difficult. But it was, and then also, they had like in the liquor section of it, they had like it was a cool setup. It looked like it was like those old like bookshelves with the little like ladders on them. So like you could go up to like, oh, the top shelf was like 3 little like shelves up, and it was like, hey, can I get a 7 and 7? And like, oh, we don't have Seagrams, and I was like, you have 3 stories of liquor walls and you do not have Seagrams.
Here's the thing, buddy. Seagrams is not an expensive whiskey. Give me a well whiskey and 7-Up is what I'm really asking for. Like we're talking Seagrams here. I'm not asking for fucking Jack Single Barrel. Give me a cheap whiskey and put it in some fucking 7-Up and give it to me, dick.
Again, had a good time. So I'm not going to drop the bar name and like shit on them, but like they bragged about the amount of taps that they had, and 2 of the taps that I tried didn't have the beer that I wanted in it. And then to like brag about the amount of liquor and booze that you have like at the liquor area and to not have Seagrams, it's like, okay.
I'm guessing what it is. It's a hipstery thing that they're doing to where like,
very hipster.
Well, our patrons that want whiskey and our patrons that want beer, this way they don't have to overlap, and it'll cut down wait times on which one you want.
I mean, honestly, that's a solid theory. That's a solid theory. But when you want
really
both, or when you're picking up booze, or when you're doing it for 2 people, like if you're getting it for your girl and she wants liquor and you don't, then it's like, okay.
It's not a solid theory. Have one bar.
Now I'm waiting in 2 lines.
If you have 1 bartender at each bar or 2 bartenders at each bar, just have 1 bar and 4 bartenders. I mean, look at that. Same service. But now, and also it makes no sense that if it's the same business that, but your tap doesn't carry over. Really? Is their POS system different than yours? Highly fucking doubt it, buddy.
But also, shout out Adam. Adam was one of the bartenders, and he listens to Pass the Gravy, and like, I was like griping about it, and he's like, "Yo, Alex, what's up? I love the morning show. Pass the Gravy, bro." And I was like, "Yeah, dap it up." And so like, he was cool.
Adam's probably frustrated by it too. He's probably frustrated by it too.
And like I was just like,
it probably cost him tips.
Was frustrating because I had a good time. I had a great time. I would go again. It was just like that was the one downside of it, and that's just it made me say, man, it's not cool that I got to go to 2 different places. So
by chance is it in Midtown?
I'm not gonna say where it is. I feel like I could have given it away. It's in the Heights.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be in Midtown on Friday, so maybe I don't know if that's the same area.
It's not.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was my not cools.
All right, I got 2. So we've talked in the past how my New Year's resolution was to start sharing more on Pass the Gravy Facebook. You know, resharing whatever we post up there, because I had been slacking the last year, and I haven't been as consistent as I'd like, but I've been a lot better this year, or so I thought. Any of you that follow me on Facebook, you probably or friends with me, I guess it's not really a follow on Facebook, been like, well, Pat, you haven't really been sharing it. Well, I figured out why. When I go, because I also have access to the Pass the Gravy account, when I go onto our page every day to check it and share and boost everything. It automatically signs me in or flips me over to the Pass the Gravy account there. So when I've been thinking I've been sharing things these last 2 months, I've really just been resharing them from our own page. And I figured this out 2 days ago.
Whoops.
Yeah,
Which
I'm
is
dumb.
funny because I had seen a couple times where it was like, this got reposted.
Yeah, I didn't realize
I feel like it wasn't scheduled. Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
I
a
didn't
couple
think
days
anything
ago,
of it.
I went to share it, and as I hit share, I was like, did that say Pass the Gravy at the top of that? And I went to hit share again to see, and I go, yep, I've been doing this for a year, however long I've been fucking doing this. So Facebook just made it more difficult than it needed to be. Like, I get that I have access to that account, but unless I switch to that account when I go on the page, don't switch me to the page. Don't do it. Just let me I'm signed in as me. If I want to sign in as the Pass the Gravy account, I'll sign in as Pass the Gravy, goddamn it. It's not that difficult of a concept. And my other not cool, and I guess I shouldn't be excited about this, but I am because I fucking hate him. Morgan Wallen. One of these shitty, bro country, awful goddamn country I put in fucking quotation marks.
What kind of tree?
Cunt tree.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Basically, he sings pop music with the southern accent, so it must be country, hardy, har, 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 har. So this dude's
I would say that you're not cool would actually be racism.
Well, we're gonna get to that.
Just that would be the not cool I would go with if I were you.
So the other night,
that's your title.
Him and his buddies go out drinking. They're having a good time. They go out drinking. They get home, and it's late at night. It doesn't say what time, but they're being loud enough to where it's waking up the fucking neighbors and being a nuisance. So as they're finally going back into his house, he says to his friends, because I shouldn't laugh at that one either, but he's like, hey, take care of this.
Don't quote it.
I'm not going to quote it, but he goes, take care of this pussy ass motherfucker. Take care of this pussy ass. Words that white people can never say that starts with an N. And the neighbor was just sitting there recording him. And it's amazing that it took this long to get him fucking canceled, because this dude has already been, he didn't say it before, but already been arrested for public intoxication outside of a bar in Nashville last year.
Well, that's rock and roll and country music, buddy.
He got canceled off of SNL during the height of the fucking pandemic.
But he went back. He came back.
When he was like 4 days before he was supposed to fly up and do the show, he's on the campus of University of Alabama making out with chicks, no mask in sight, doing all this. He's a piece of fucking shit, and immediately this happened.
You don't like his music, I also think. But yes, he is a piece of shit now.
Yeah, I fucking...
But it just adds. It's like when somebody you don't like, it's like if Chrissy Teigen had something bad happen where we'd be like, she did something like evil or awful, and we'd be like, oh, fuck you, Chris. Like, it'd be like that. Or like Nancy Grace, like say Nancy Grace said some other things that she's already done enough terrible things in her life. But like if Nancy Grace had another bad story about her, we'd be like, yeah, this fucking bitch. Like, but you already hated him. This is just, like, yeah, I told you he was a piece of shit.
No, I mean, he's had a pattern of piece of shit behavior is what I just laid out with it. And it's just, let me put it this way. I can't really say if you're going on SNL, because if you were invited to go up to New York and Barstool wanted to have you on and do some shit like that, let's say, and you were like, cool, I'll go. And 3 days beforehand, you just decide to go to a college campus and you're just hanging out in a group of people with no masks everywhere. Would that be really a good fucking look for you? A massive opportunity for your career. And you're just like, yeah, but fuck them. I'm going to have fun myself, right? No, I'm going to get arrested outside of a goddamn bar because I'm a piece of shit that can't hold. He's a goddamn asshole. And of course, I take more joy in it because he is destroying my favorite genre of music, or helping to destroy. He's a massive piece of shit. And honestly, but dude,
don't worry,
I
you have
really happy
to keep it pumped up.
And then his apology was, there's no excuse for me doing it. I promise to do better. Really? And most people online are like, this is great. He's a piece of shit. It's out there now. We all know it. Nothing's going to happen. They actually did do something about it. He's been the three major Cumulus and all those radio stations. They've all dropped him. Dropped all of his shit. His record label dropped him. Good. Fuck this guy. Fuck him right in his fake molded fucking mouth. I hope he goes to jail and a word that would describe people he doesn't like comes up and just fucks him right in the ass. Yeah.
All right.
Fuck him.
Well, that was Pat's Not Cool, everybody.
I like keeping it positive in here, guys. You know that. And I'm positive that I hate that piece of shit.
Okay.
And you know why I hate him? Because we've said for a long time we're a very anti-racist podcast.
We are huge anti-racists. Huge anti-racist podcast. I would say maybe the most anti-racist podcast ever. So if you're a racist listening right now, please stop. We don't want your business. All right.
If you're defending Morgan Wallen, like while I was going on that rant, if you're like, yeah, but just click.
If you're defending his music, that's different. If you're like, well, those words aren't that bad, that's a totally different. That's a totally different argument.
It's a totally different issue, but it's also a reason that I want you to not listen to me. Alex and Robert might say differently, but I don't want racists.
I don't know any of his. I don't want any racists on the.
Morgan
you know what?
Wallen fans.
Morgan Wallen, you were banned from Pass the Grade podcast. You're never allowed on Pass the Grade podcast. That's all. We are also joining the record labels. You're done. Pulling his music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Big move.
But I will fight you. I mean, if you need a
we don't even give him any
match,
publicity. We give him no publicity. So,
but I really want to punch him in the face.
Don't. He seemed like a pretty big guy though, but.
He's not.
So, well, just moving on.
I'm a pretty big guy.
Moving on. He has a mullet, doesn't he?
Not at the beginning of his career. He didn't until he realized it could help fucking sales.
I don't want to fight guys with mullets. I feel like you never know what they're gonna do.
I'll fight that guy.
All right. Moving on. Let's get to.
I feel like that was just therapy for me.
It was. Got a little weird there, but. Which episode of Pass the Baby doesn't get weird? Let's get to the answers segment where you guys send us your questions. Maybe, you want some help with a relationship. Be like, hey, guys, my girlfriend doesn't want me to have an air mattress in the living room. You could send that in and we'll, walk you through that. If it's just a high thought or a drunk thought or something you see on the internet that you want to hear what our opinion is on it or what our take is on it, hit us up. If it's any kind of question at all. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Use the hashtag PTG answers at Pass the Grade Pod on Twitter and send them on in. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at not Pat DN. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Use the hashtag PTG answers to at Pass the Grade Pod. This, guys, is the answers segment. Now.
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question. Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
I would just like to point out that Pat did not say stupid people, so.
He did not. I was surprised.
He missed it this time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna bring it up again because he walked away temporarily. But the answer segment brought to you by Little M Air Fresheners, the best air fresheners in the whole wide world. If you got a smelly car, a smelly house, anything that stinks, get you a Little M Air Fresheners. LittleEMShop.com. They're awesome. You will not be disappointed at all. They got stickers. They got journals, they got keychains, they got all kinds of awesome stuff. But the air fresheners, they are the best in the business. You don't want to be driving around with one of those baby back bitch little green trees in your rear view mirror. You're gonna want to you take those bad boys down, you get rid of them, and you order a Little M air freshener. Then everybody that gets in your car is like, wow, how does it smell so amazing? And you're gonna get because Little M air fresheners, the best in the world. LittleEMShop.com, LittleEMShop.com. And I promise you will not be disappointed. I always tell you guys my little life hack I do with Little M air fresheners in the trash can. You put the little bag over the trash can, but you put under the liner, you put a Little M air freshener. So you have some old chicken sitting there for a little bit. It's a little stinky. You pull the trash out, you get a nice little whiff of Little M air freshener. My favorite is the Fresh to Death scent. Go with that one. Check it out. LittleEMShop.com, LittleEMShop.com. Follow them on Twitter and Instagram. Little M Shop on Instagram and at Little M Tweets on Twitter. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. Tag them. If you get any Little M air freshener stuff, we'll give you a shout out on the next podcast. If you do, at Little M Shop, at Little M Tweets on Twitter, littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com, the best air fresheners in the entire world. This is the answer segment that we're going to get to now. Let's start again with our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
Oh my God, it's Skylar!
We start with him every single week, and he says this week, do people that have the 13.1 or 26.2 stickers on their cars know that we don't care that they run? I actually have seen stickers that say 0.0. I don't run on them. I think those are kind of funny. But like, I always think like, if you can run 26.2 miles, like that's kind of a sick brag to be like, yeah,
That's stupid people.
Better at running.
God damn it, I missed it.
Nope, doesn't count now. It doesn't count now. Robert, cut that part out because he didn't say it when he should have said it. So you lose that game. Don't worry, we made everyone aware that you missed it.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. I heard it right when wait, so you cut it into the middle of the Little M ad. That's why I missed it.
Well, I went in, yeah. You thought I was going into the ad, and then I played the intro, and then I explained it in the ad. So
you dick!
Gave you the old rope-a-dope. That's what you call a wrinkly brain move,
now,
right there.
You know what, now I actually just want a shirt that says "Just Stupid People" now.
But like, then you would wear it, and then people would be like, "What are you, stupid people?"
Whoa, what's that shirt about? It's about you. Thank you. But by the way, I'm gonna give that assist to Robert because I would have never fucking known. I was like, I swear.
Did you just fucking text him?
Yeah, I did. Robert's my
you
buddy.
Fucking snitch.
Robert's my buddy.
Snitch. Why would you do that?
You weren't supposed to say anything, Pat.
No, I'm giving you
under
credit.
the table. It's supposed to be under the table kind of transaction.
No. It's because you are an upstanding man of real fucking moral fortitude, and Alex is a backroom fucking snake. That's what it is. Robert, you're an upstanding man.
Disagree.
I wanted to give you credit because otherwise people would have been like,
very
how
let
did
down,
you know?
Robert.
Did he just no? I'm not. I am very.
Well, I knew you had to be onto
Robert.
something because I was like, how would he have caught it?
I'm very proud of you, Robert.
You're a snitch. You're a snitch, and you know what happens with snitches.
You're a fucking snake, Alex. Is what you are.
Not a snake.
Don't act like people don't look forward to me saying it.
They hate it.
Nobody hates it.
They hate it. All right, Skylar asked us, why do people have 13.1 or 26.2 stickers on their cars? Do they not know that we don't care that they run? They don't know, and they want to brag. I also think it's like, you're like, hey, I have my Krav Maga thing on the back of it. It's like, dude, I don't really care that you do Krav Maga.
The only acceptable,
unless you like own the gym or really like run the gym, like then
then promote your shit, make your money. The only acceptable one is
Krav
not
Maga class. You don't need to put that up there. But I guess like you're like, look, you don't want to fight me, bro. You should have to like be challenged to a duel at any point in time if you have one of those, and then like if you lose, you have to take that sticker off.
For the longest time, I don't understand what those stickers meant because what I saw first was 13.1, and this was like around the time where we switched to HD. That's what the channel used to be. For the HD channel, it was channel 0.1. So that happened in 2009. So I was 14 years old. So that's what I would see. That's what I would associate with. And so every single time I saw those
the HD car, all right,
at 13.1, I'm like, oh, I guess this guy really likes. I think here in Houston, it's ABC. I'm like, oh, this guy really likes channel 13 here in Houston.
Why would he just get an ABC sticker?
Yeah. So that's what I thought those meant.
No, the only acceptable one is not to go, oh, I'm going to counter it 0.0. No, you get the 13.1 Oreos eaten sticker. That's the only acceptable one to go with.
I think the like 26.2, it's like, yeah, like
I ran a marathon.
Right.
Like, yeah, I've drank 32 beers in one
like
sitting.
If you do one marathon,
sticker on my car.
If you do one marathon and then you put it on there forever, like you've done one marathon ever, it's like you probably shouldn't like. you ran a marathon. You're not a marathon runner. A marathon runner has run marathons. A person that has done a marathon has done a marathon.
No, if you're putting the sticker up, that means you're a runner and you're most likely have done it multiple times. But also,
but like there's people I'm sure that have like, I did one marathon, so I got the sticker, and it's like I'm not gonna do that shit. So like that is a fucking accomplishment. I'm not shitting on that. But like, and also like then there's the even more insane people that do triathlons, and it's just like, all right, now you're just trying to show off. But like the 13.1 is the most like half-at, like go all the way, dude. You're saying I can't do a 26.2, like you're fucking half-assing it. Like that's like if I saw somebody, if I was hiring and Robert showed up with a 13.1 sticker, I wouldn't hire him because like you're a quitter.
There should be 2 stickers that you
Finish
need.
It or don't do it.
Everyone should carry around 2 stickers for these various subjects. If they have the 13.1 or 26.2, you just slap a sticker right next to it or on top of it, above it, that says these colors don't run. Right there. Be like, by America. All right. We ain't dealing with that shit. If they have a triathlon sticker, it's a picture of Danny McBride / Kenny Powers.
Really, if it's a triathlon,
that just says,
just let them have that because like you're not gonna like.
That is pretty cool, and I almost said I accept that, but
move.
no, you slap the Kenny Powers sticker that says I'm not trying to be the best at exercising.
What if?
Because that's all you're doing. That's all you're doing.
This. What if you just had like is 69.69
6.9
6.9 nice
0.69
let's make that a sticker. It'll just say 6.9 nice
6.9 beers per day. All right, there's always a little bit of washback. You never
6.9 like 6.
Oh man,
I think that might be our next creative endeavor where we just do bumper stickers that no one will want.
No, I think we should just make no such thing as stupid questions, just stupid people shirts. I think those would sell better than you think.
Episode, so.
Well, you don't set me up for it every episode.
I don't have to.
Sometimes you wait. Sometimes no. I mean, why would I say it?
You chose when to get up.
If you don't say there's no such thing as stupid questions, how am I supposed to say just stupid people?
Just figure out a way to get it in there. You didn't.
Like, all right, and our next segment is just stupid people. See, it doesn't fucking work like that. All right, man. You set them up, I knock them down.
Moving on. We got Danielle Weston at Danny_Weston on Twitter. She says, describe yourself in 4 TV shows. Mine are Scrubs, Supernatural, Bones, and Psych. That's a lot of TV shows, I feel like.
Robert, have you watched 4 TV shows in your life?
Yeah, I think so. Probably 4, maybe 3.
So
at least 4, right? At least 1.
I know you're fucking with me, but that was funny.
At least 1, I think.
Well, at least 1. The number 1 for me has got to be South Park.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I'm also going to go with Rescue Me. I guess Parks and Rec. And what would be my 4th? What would be my? I mean, Rescue Me just for the degenerate drinker that Tommy Gavin was, and just his pessimistic outlook towards life. So. I mean, that's a big one for my adult life. South Park kind of helps shape my humor, so that's big. Parks and Rec, of course, you love Andy and Ron. I don't know what my 4th one would be. You guys name some off, and I'll figure out my 4th as you talk.
If these are shows that we,
you go, Robert.
If these are shows that we watched growing up,
it would like be like you and your personality is shaped from it too.
Just what 4 shows describe you?
Is Psych or Psyche? Is that still on the air?
I don't know.
Because I know the previous 3 aren't, so I don't know. Like if these are all shows.
They're any shows.
No, yeah, it's just anything that helps us. I mean, you could use fucking Matlock if you wanted to. It's just a show that describes you. The Andy Griffith Show. I mean, whatever you need to describe you.
Things that I watch. Okay, see, the first 2 would be mine: Scrubs, Supernatural. I think I like the South Park, and maybe like Malcolm in the Middle, something I watched when I was young.
Well, that's a good one.
But does that describe you? Or is it just shows that you liked?
I'm gonna go ahead and say describes me. I don't know how, but that's what I'm gonna say.
I was about to say, what about Supernatural describes you? Well, I also hunt down ghosts. By the way, I've never seen that show, so I don't really know what they do.
Obviously mine would be Teen Wolf. No.
The show? The MTV show?
No, I would say The Office. That's like 99% of my humor is just Office references.
Of your personality.
Survivor.
Do those count? Because like Big Brother, then I feel like
I was gonna say Big Brother would work. Big Brother would definitely work for you. Okay, you're chaotic.
You know what? I'll save Big Brother for the last one because I'm gonna go Office, Parks and Rec. I'm gonna go Office, Parks and Rec for sure, just because like those are the same kind of humor I've always had. Then Always Sunny is like dirtier version of the same humor we've already had. And I was gonna say Ted Lasso, just because I feel like I identify a lot with Ted Lasso in the Apple Plus series. But Big Brother, I think I got to go with Big Brother.
So on my fourth one, I would like to say West Wing. But that's way smarter than me. I think I have to say East. I love the show. I love the show. It would make one of my 4 Mount Rushmore shows for me. But I think my 4th show that describes me, it's fucking Eastbound and Down. I'm a goddamn dirtbag. Like, and not even necessarily Kenny Powers. I could be the what's the actor from Ted Lasso?
Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis. His character in Eastbound and Down is pretty fucking close to me too. But I'm a fucking dirtbag ex-athlete. So that show fits. So I would be South Park, Eastbound and Down, Parks and Rec, and I already forgot the fuck what I said. I'm just laughing at myself being a goddamn dirtbag on it. What the hell was it?
I don't care. I'm just kidding.
How the fuck can I not remember this now? This is gonna drive me nuts.
Obviously, is it a big another one that I could have thrown in there as of late? We just finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Got all cut up on Brooklyn Nine-Nine that I had never watched before, and I really feel like I identify with Andy Samberg's character Jake Peralta.
Rescue Me, that was the other one.
Rescue Me.
So it incorporates my comedy, dirtbagness, and just slight alcoholism. I wouldn't put it full blown yet, but it's there. Actually, that's another show that just shows I'm a fucking dirtbag. Just goddamn Rescue Me.
All right.
So going back to it, yeah, I'm a bad person.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got that, and then Robert, yours were, just to recap,
Scrubs, Supernatural, South Park, and Malcolm in the Middle. That's what
I like Malcolm in the Middle. You have a very Dewey
I think
type
Scrubs,
of personality. I feel like
he's got a very JD personality for me. For
absolutely
Scrubs.
Very JD, very Dewey-esque. So
you just can't help but love
him.
I
didn't see Supernatural, but yeah, I agree. That's a good question, Danny. That's a good question. Everybody, if you TV, like let us know your TV shows. Like just like at Pastor Pod, like my 4 TV shows, and then give us yours. That's an interesting. That'd be an interesting take to see from everybody. Daniel Ramos at DJ Dan Holt on Twitter. He says, if over time you replace parts on a car, at what point does it stop being the same car you bought? How many parts do you need to replace to make it a new car? This is actually something that I kind of identify with in a little bit. I am trying
just one.
Just one? So I'm trying to get rid of a car.
Technically.
Try to sell a car. It has a new engine in it. A new engine, like I got a brand new engine in that puppy. So it's like, I think that engine has like less than 20,000 miles on it, 20,000 miles maybe on it. And it's like, yeah, the tires are old. The other stuff's older than that. But like this bad boy's got like 20,000 miles on it, despite what the odometer says. Like, is it a brand new car? It's a mostly new car.
It's not a brand new car, but yeah, it is like a new car.
It's like, is your body, because I kept trying to think of it as like a person too, though. Like, if I had open heart surgery and I had to get another heart put into me, am I a new person? No, I'm not a new person.
Are we going with grammatically what he asked or the spirit of the question? Because He didn't say a different car. He said a new car. Technically, as soon as you change something or even take it off, it can never be a new car again.
It's never a new car. Once you drive that off the lot, it's always going to be an old car.
See, there's the two extremes. Once you take it, it's not a new car, but there could be Robert's one. As soon as you change one thing, you could change a fucking air filter. That's a different car, which I think is the spirit of what he meant, but also not the spirit of what he meant because, that's an air filter and it doesn't fucking change the car. I think you got to change to make it a new car. You got to change the shell. It's got to look different.
The engine doesn't. Okay.
Well, maybe performance. I don't know.
I think engine.
We're the worst ones to ask. We're not car guys.
I have a new car.
We're not car
I'm
guys.
Obviously a car guy.
Hold on.
I know what not to do.
Did you get the same engine? Did you get an upgraded engine? Like, yeah. So then it's not a new car. It's the same engine. It's the same car, newer engine.
I got a 2012 Ford Focus, brand new engine.
If you put
unused engine, 0 miles on it.
If you put a fucking Hemi in that bitch, that'd be a new car. You get the same performance. The performance. I think that's what it is. It has the key to do with does the performance and handling of the car change? That's when it can be a new car.
Oh,
a different car.
He went from 1.8 liters to 2.2.
You don't know that.
I don't know that,
but you don't know that he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And also, those words meant nothing to any of us. We don't know what we're talking about.
That's why I said
diesel.
It's a new engine, new car.
Did my car become a new car when it just didn't have air conditioning anymore?
It's when you put a different kind of gas in it. It's when you put a different kind of gas in it.
Yeah, put diesel in your car. See how it goes.
It makes it a diesel car then. Not a very good diesel car, but it's a diesel car. It's like a boomerang.
I hate you so much.
Is it a diesel car? Yes, it's a very shitty diesel car that doesn't drive anymore. But it's a diesel car.
I think the answer to this question is you're asking the wrong fucking guys.
Well, my answer was one part, and that one part is the engine, not just any part.
I like the engine too.
Well, then he also has a follow-up. How many? Oh, yeah, I guess that answers how many parts.
So one.
Replace it. So one. I mean, technically, yes, it's one.
I think like the shell of the car. You got to at least paint it.
We'll give you the two answers. It's either 0 or 1. Because either it can't become a new car or one makes it a different car.
So those three answers: 0, 1, or more than that. We cover
no consensus here.
So that answer, not really an answer there.
Hey, next week, why don't you ask us about electrical engineering? See how well that one fucking goes.
I'm gonna study up on electrical engineering just for that. Josh Treecottle, reigning Past the Grade podcast MVP. At Joshua Tree 713 on Twitter. Give him a follow. He says, what's worse? Zombie clowns, zombie animals, fast zombies, or zombie birds?
I'll let you guys go because I know the correct
What's the
answer
difference between zombie animals and zombie birds?
Well, it's a specific zombie
birds
animal.
can fly, obviously, so there'll be flying zombies.
Zombie animals, I take it would be like deer and other landlocked animals.
But like that could be lions. I would say fast zombies.
Zombie shark.
No, it's fast zombies.
But then just don't go in the water.
Fast zombies.
Fast zombies, because I'm assuming that zombie everything else, a zombie turtle is gonna be like easy to get away from. Like zombie everything else, I'm assuming is not fast. Fast, like if fast zombies is an option, the others I would assume are just just slowly kind of like limp.
That's what
things.
Like I gotta ask Robert this question. Yeah, because he won't be familiar with either one. Robert, have you or are you at least familiar with both The Walking Dead and Zombieland? Have you seen either one of those?
I've seen Zombieland several years. I like the Resident Evil games though. I don't know if that helps.
See that kind of helps. So, okay, I actually never played it, but those zombies, could they sprint at you? Or did they just lumber slowly?
They'd lumber at you.
But they were kind of, some of them were fast.
But also, that was in Resident Evil, you were trapped in enclosed spaces. You'd be in a house or whatever it may be. I'm fully confident the zombie apocalypse happens and they are like The Walking Dead where all they can do is walk towards you. I'm fine. I'm 100% fine. Remember in Zombieland? When he says rule number 2, cardio. There's a reason the fatties went first. I'm fucked. If the zombies can sprint after me, I'm fucking done. But if all they can do is walk, bro, I'm going to live. Without a doubt. There's no way they're getting me.
So
you give me a
like,
baseball bat and I can take out 100 zombies in one sitting.
I like to imagine that the zombie birds are also slow zombie birds. So they just like flap really slowly and they move.
Flap.
They just mostly fall down.
They're not speed birds. Like you're not going to get the peregrine falcon.
They could be
They're
penguins.
just gliders. They're just gliders.
They could be penguins. Maybe they can't even fly.
Oh, that'd be my favorite kind of zombie bird because I'm never going to go to that continent.
Right. So like just something to think about there. But I definitely think fast zombies because the option of picking fast zombies makes me assume that the others aren't going to be fast. And I would assume that the worst problem would be the fast zombies. Power ranking these, I would say fast zombies, bird zombies, zombie animals, and then zombie clowns. Like zombie clowns are just like crazy looking. I'm not afraid of clowns, but like that would be like the lowest one. Zombie birds, like the option of flying is terrifying to me. That like they can attack me from above, but like fast zombies, that's got to be it.
I mean, a zombie clown is just a zombie dressed up as a clown, and I'm not scared of clowns, so it's just a zombie. And actually, I would put zombie clowns last. Then zombie animals. That's what I did goes put last.
Zombie for fast zombies, zombie birds, zombie animals, and then zombie clowns.
Yeah. But fast zombies, just like humanoid zombies that can sprint at me. Mm-hmm. No, not about that shit. Not about that shit.
That was a good question, Josh. Very good question.
Also, wear your mother's shirts. Be a good son.
Wear your mom's shirts. What's our next one? Read our next one for me.
All right, this is from Brett Brandon at Price of a ZJ. How can something be new and improved? Oh, sorry, I put a question. How can something be new and improved? If it's new, what was it improving upon? I mean,
like the iPhone.
Yeah, it's like
improved. It's like an iPhone. It's newer and they improved on the shitty stuff, and then they just made a new one. They made a better one. Like the camera's better.
Or it's like a car. Like okay, now the car has built-in
heated seats.
Remember when OnStar came out? Bam, that was new and improved because now if you got in an accident, you could hit a button and they would just come to you.
What I have a problem with is when they call things all new. So if it was like an all new iPhone, like no, it's still an iPhone.
It's still touchscreen.
Yeah.
It's not it's not all new. It's one part new.
It's new. It's new. Just say new.
Just say new.
I mean, that's how it's or think back to the old NCAA games. Like, okay, so the last one that came out, you know what was improved on it?
Where you're going.
The last one, this will only make sense to people that played it. The last one that came out, the recruiting system was improved upon it. Where you could actually go in and specifically make pitches instead of just going 20 minutes this week to this guy, 30 to him. Now you could spend 20 minutes on the specific pitch and all that. That was improved. And it was a new game. Graphics, they were new and improved.
So yeah, it's the same kind of thing. They took something that was already old or that was already existed. Like, they do that with cars every year. Like this is the new Ford Mustang.
It's not always improved though, depending on who you speak to.
But they say that they've improved, right? But just usually it's like new and improved. Like that makes sense. I hope that made. I think we did a good job explaining that.
Yeah, I think we got it.
There you go. Good question, Brett. That was a solid crop of questions, guys. At Pass the Gravy Pod, hit us up, hashtag PTG answers for that. Be sure to give us all a follow at Alex J. Middleton for me. Pat is at not Pat Dion. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. PassTheGravyMerch.com, guys. PassTheGravyMerch.com. Go get you some PTG swag. I promise you will not be disappointed. Did anybody else have anything? I feel like we flew through this. I know we didn't really, but I feel like we did. Chiefs, I think, are going to take the Super Bowl.
Yep. Back to back.
Yeah, back to back. And we'll post.
But also, Tom Brady's a bad man.
Coming up soon.
Bad person.
And that's all we got. And until we talk to you guys next week, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever else you're listening to podcasts. Go. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, Pass the Gravy Podcast. Robert does a lot of work. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, Pass the Gravy Podcast as well. Have a great week. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. Be safe. And until we talk to you guys next time, pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches!
I'm a star.